The first day of school is always wild. Like from the moment you wake up to the moment you leave school, that whole day, school is just hectic as hell. People trying to find their classes, trying to get to know the new students. And then you always gonna have them guys who waste absolutely no time in trying to build their roster up for the school year. As soon as they step through them doors, bruh, they already looking for the hoes. Not gonna lie, this is definitely me, I ain't gonna. But the first day of school is always hectic. And most of the time, the experience actually starts the night before. Because that night before, you have to prepare. And when I say prepare, I'm not talking about your bag or your school supplies. I'm just talking about your outfit, bruh. You always have to pick out one of your best fits for the first day of school. This is just an unwritten rule, bruh. That first day really sets a tone for the whole school year, bruh. If you come in with a trash fit, I'm not gonna lie, that first day finna be rough as hell for you, gang. And if you was like me, you would have that fit already ironed out, color coordinated, everything matches, the shoes freshly cleaned, the hoodie nice and ironed and all that, all just laid out on your bed right beside you. Bro, you want that fit to be top tier prestige. Once you get all that settled, then you go to sleep. But in my opinion, the worst part of that first day is waking up. Because that first day of waking up mad early is always the worst, bro. Because most likely, if you're a normal person, you probably spend all summer fucking up your sleep schedule. So when you gotta wake up at 6:30 again to catch the bus for school, your body is not gonna like that very much. And I'm telling you, that first day grogginess before school is the worst one you'll have all year, bruh. That shit dead ass worse than a hangover, I'm not gonna lie to you, bruh. And then not to mention, hearing that ungodly Apple alarm for the first time is always pain, bruh. Like I swear to God, they engineered that alarm just to be annoying as hell. Like why can't Apple have an alarm like Samsung, bruh? Like when I hear Samsung's alarm, I'll be vibing and chilling and dancing and shit. That should be making me feel like I'm in Hawaii on a beach or something. Just straight vibes, bruh. But as soon as I hear that Apple alarm, I feel like World War III just started. Like that shit's scary as hell for no goddamn reason, bruh. But back on topic. Once you finally get your ass up after 15 minutes of putting your alarm on snooze and finally get ready for school, that first day on the school bus is always gonna be painful. Because as soon as you get on that shit, you gonna quickly realize why you enjoy summer so much. You finna be hearing the ratchet hoes in the back complaining about something. That one lame guy in your school trying to roast random people for no damn reason. And there's always gonna be someone with a speaker playing some Polo G or something. Just straight hectic vibes to start off the day, bruh. And I'm telling you, that first bus ride is gonna feel like forever, bruh. And then finally, after all this shit you've been through, you finally get to school. The day you've been dreading for all of summer is finally here, and the place you've been dreading is finally in front of you. So you walk into the doors, and immediately you see straight and utter chaos. People walking around trying to find their classes. Long lines of people trying to get their schedules. Random motherfuckers yelling for no goddamn reason. Like, goddamn, it's like 7:30 in the morning, bro. Like, pipe down. Of course, you're gonna see the school thoughts trying to be friendly with all the new athletes and shit. You're gonna see the other school thoughts trying to get friendly with all the new students and shit. And then you finna see the male whores trying to get friendly with all the new girls and shit. And then let's also not forget about them new couples and shit. Talking about how they haven't seen each other in forever. Knowing good and damn well they seen each other 2 days ago. Over there plotting about where their new spot is gonna be at school. Administration found out about their last one, so they gotta get a new one. And then of course, as we mentioned previously, the ratchet hoes are gonna be yelling up a storm and shit. You got people mean mugging and shit, trying to spot out who their new ops gonna be at the school this year and who they finna be beefing with all year. And then as previously mentioned, you always gonna have them guys who waste no time in trying to get all the new girls' numbers, trying to build up their roster and shit day one. Not gonna lie, gotta respect it though. They are grinding. So you get your schedule, you go find your locker that you will never use again. You go meet up with your boys, dap them up, talk about how live the new school year is gonna be. By the next week, you'll be talking about how lame school is again. And trying to see what classes y'all all share together. Just to find out that y'all only have one class together. I don't know if the schedule maker does that to just split us up so no mischief happens in class, but it's just how it is. But occasionally, you'll have that year where the schedule maker had just messed up. He put the whole friend group in all of the same classes. And when that rare anomaly happens, just know no work will be getting done in class ever. The teacher's gonna hate us, but who gives? We just living life. Get your money up, bitch. But then when you come to the sad reality that most of your classes are different, you suck it up, decide that you're finna make an appointment with the schedule maker. But until then, you go to your first class. Now that first class is always a different vibe. You know, you always gonna have those early risers, the goody two shoes that always like to be in class first and shit. And then additionally, all the new students who actually found their class. And all of them are just gonna be sitting in the classroom as soon as you enter. You see them, say hi to the teacher, see if there's a dumbass seating chart on the board, which I I swear to God, I hate those shits with a passion, bro. Seating charts are so stupid, bro. Just let us pick our own seats, bro. And then once you realize there's no seating chart, you go pick a random spot in the back of the class. So you sit down in class, you wait for everybody to get to class, and as soon as that bell rings, you start scouting. Peeping who you're in class with, who your potential friends could be in this class, if anybody you know's in this class, the potential annoying kids in the class that you're gonna stay away from, the potential school threats, and where they're located, just for safekeepings and precautions. Then you also plan your escape route just in case the school threat actually decides to go through with it. And then once all those precautions are dealt with, you start scanning for accessories. You know, people that you don't necessarily gotta talk to, but you know, potential conquests and side missions for the rest of the school year. You scan the teacher out, make sure she ain't got no strict tendencies, and just overall try to see if she has a cool vibe around her. Then you get to the real shit, the hoes. You start scanning for any baddies in your class or any potential new girl baddies. Because if you do spot a new girl baddie, you gotta do your noble job of introducing this girl to your school and yourself. And since she's in your first period, you got the best chance. You get to be the guy that shows her around school, you know, shows her all the ropes so eventually that she can see your rope. And overall just introduces her to the school. And with that, you also get first dibs on her. So you better peep game and lock in and not sell that bag because you got the best chance and opportunity. Once the first class gets started, the teacher gets into the introduction and you kind of scan out the teacher to see if she's hard or not. Pause, major pause on that. That's when the real first day starts. See, the first day isn't really about learning. It's more about the teachers introducing themselves to you. You learning more about the school, you learning more about the classes, learning about the new rules, and overall just getting accustomed to school again. Nothing really happens in the classroom the first day, but everything happens in the hallways. Man, the hallways are always crowded. People don't know where they're going. Some people be getting active the first day of school, which is still insane to me. Them first week rumors of school are always crazy, and most of them come for the first 2 days. But after you leave that first class, it's really more the same throughout the whole day. Walk in class, scan out the potential, and then just get introduced to your teacher. You literally do that for the rest of the whole day. And once you go home and start to come to the realization that this is your life for the next 9 months, this is truly when the first day of school is over. But that second day of school, in my opinion, is always crazier. Yo, I got merch now. Even better, actually, I got a new brand. The brand's called Off Brand. Just look at this, bro. This looks iconic already. I'm having it in white, black, and I'm also gonna have this same design on shirts too. So if you want to get that for the summer, go ahead and get that. Pre-orders for the hoodies and the shirts are already available. Pre-order it right now, you get it like 40% off. Once it's off pre-order in a month, the price will never be this low again. So take advantage. The link to my website is right here. Go shop right now. If you cop the hoodie and post it on Instagram and tag me in it, I will give you a follow back on IG. So definitely do that. So go ahead and support the channel and also support me. But besides that, that's pretty much it. So get back to the video. Because the first day is always hectic, right? But that second day is when everything kind of settles down, but at the same time, shit gets crazier. Because the second day is when all the real connections happen. All the new people really start getting to know the class a little bit more that second day. This is usually when the teachers start handing out books and shit. And in my opinion, this is the real first day. Not the introduction shit. The shit when stuff actually happens in class. And the reason why I think this is crazier is because this is when it really does hit you. Like, damn, I'm really finna go through another year of this shit. And that second day is when all the summer rumors start popping up. You start finding out who got a train ran on them at a high school party that summer. And you start finding out why certain teachers got fired and how they hid that shit from the news. And even though that second day isn't as hectic, it's still truly wild. And after that second day is when you start getting into the routine. And once you get into that routine, you won't get out of it until the next break. And until then, welcome back to the next 9 months of your life being absolute hell. Or hey, maybe it's fun. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first day of school. And to all the Brits, no school shootings happen the first day, you dumb f. Would y'all suck a dick to save y'all mom's life? Yeah, I actually said that. But if you want to see me say more wild shit, tap into the streams. See, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every single time I stream, I say wilder and wilder shit. And if I said on YouTube, I would probably get banned. Drake's dick. If y'all seen the link, what y'all rate his dick? That's not gay, it's just asking an objective question. So if you want to see more shit like that, go follow the Twitch and tap into the streams. Bye-bye. Bro, school's so much different than it used to be, bro. From the people, the atmosphere, like everything is just so much different. Honestly and truthfully, not just the atmosphere has changed, a lot of the people have changed too. Because back then, you didn't really have to worry about people like the Ratchet Girls, Discord mod, or school threats. Actually, Ratchet Girls did exist back then, but they were nowhere to the level they are now. Like Ratchet Girls in the past used to have some level of class athletes. Now they just ratchet to be ratchet. Yelling this shit at 7:45 in the morning for no purpose. Like, bruh, shut up. Don't even get me started with the difference of bathrooms, bruh. Back then, you could actually use the bathroom in peace. I mean, as long as you did your business and got out, you was straight. Nowadays, the bathroom is a whole war zone, bruh. Drug deals be going on, boxing matches, be like the UFC in that bitch. Hot boxing sessions throughout the whole bathroom. Nicotine fiends offering you a vape every 5 seconds. Hell, you can barely even use the bathroom in the school bathrooms no more. That shit is absolutely cooked. Like, back then, it was unheard of someone beating their meat in the school bathroom. Now this shit is just common practice, bruh. Like, what the hell is wrong with society? Like, I've heard some situations of people beating their meat while the stall door is open. Like, what is wrong with you? Now, you can't forget about the future P-Hub prospects that be in the bathrooms, too. Them school whores nowadays will give you head in the bathroom as long as you say they're pretty. Back then, you actually had to work for your opportunity. You had to talk to her, take her out a little bit, then you can indulge in her hordies. Nowadays, as long as you say she's pretty, she'll slap you up, bruh. Speaking of athletes getting top, the athletes back then are way different than the athletes nowadays. Then if you dunked in a high school basketball game, everybody would be talking about it, bruh. Like, everybody would be talking about it all week, hell, all month. Hell, that shit might be in a town paper, bruh. Like, bro, that's a big deal. But nowadays, these people are windmilling in East Bay with ease in high school basketball games, bruh. Like, what the actual hell, bruh? And another thing that's very different is the clothes that we wear. Like, back then, people used to wear baggy clothing, shorts all the way to their ankles and shit. Girls would be wearing sweaters sometimes. Nowadays in high school, it would be looking like Euphoria High. Every girl be wearing crop tops. Everybody wearing leggings or the forbidden pants and shit. And then how guys dress is completely different too. Guys, they're either pulling up with designer, Gucci belts, some new retros or some shit, or they're just dressing super casual. Hoodies, sweatpants, jeans maybe. Girls be wearing hoodies too, bro. Not everybody be dressing like it's Euphoria. Like, back then, there used to be a lot more relationships in high school, bro. That was back in a generation where high school sweethearts were actually still a thing. Relationships were actually taken seriously. Like, if a girl cheated on a guy, it would be like huge news in the school. But nowadays, cheating is common and everybody wants to have a roster. Everyone wants to have hoes, and they're not trying to have hoes. They're trying to be in a relationship, but then cheat in that relationship, which doesn't make any sense. There's only a small portion of relationships that are actually healthy nowadays, which is crazy in my opinion. Not to say there weren't toxic relationships back then, there definitely were, but it's just way more nowadays than it was back then. Another thing that's very, very different is lunch. I swear to God, bro. Michelle Obama messed up lunch for everybody, bro. Lunch used to be so good, bro. Now let me show I'm gassing it. Lunch used to be decent, bro. Okay, I'm still kind of gassing it. Lunch used to be edible, bro. Like, you could go into the lunchroom and come back with an edible meal that didn't taste horrible. Like, them square pieces that they used to have. Amazing. You could get them smiley face fries too. Don't forget them lemonades and the milk. Oh my God, bro. Yo, school lunch used to be decent, bro. I don't care, bro. It used to be decent. But nowadays, these pieces be moldy as hell. The milk be expired and chunky and shit. And the fries are soggy as hell. Shit is just despicable. It's like if you don't bring your lunch, you're not finna get through the rest of the day, bro. Because there's no way you can eat that shit. Gym class is different too, bro. Back then, people either participated in gym class or just worked on the homework or read a book or whatever. Nowadays, if you don't participate in gym class, you just be on your phones, or be having a little hotbox session in the bathroom, or be having a little thought sessions behind the bleachers. Again, nasty as hell. And on that note, bullying is very different too. Because back then, bullying would be more physical. Like, if a jock didn't like a nerd or whatever, he would just push him around, or in any extreme cases, just throwing him in the trash can or something. They would just do little petty shit like that in person. Nowadays, everything's just online. If someone was bullying you, maybe they just posted something on their story saying you're a bitch or whatever, or just making fun of you that way. It's really not the same effect, bro. That's one thing that I think has improved. Bullying doesn't really happen no more, if I'm being real. One thing that I feel like hasn't really changed is fighting. Yo, I got merch now. Even better, actually, I got a new brand. The brand's called Off Brand. Just look at this, bro. This looks iconic already. I'm having it in white, black, and I'm also gonna have this same design on shirts too. So if you want to get that for the summer, go ahead and get that. Pre-orders for the hoodies and the shirts are already available. Pre-order it right now, you get it like 40% off. Once it's off pre-order in a month, the price will never be this low again, so take advantage. The link to my website is right here. Go shop right now. If you cop the hoodie and post it on Instagram and tag me in it, I will give you a follow back on IG, so definitely do that. So go ahead and support the channel and also support me. But besides that, that's pretty much it, so get back to the video. One thing that I feel like hasn't really changed is fighting. School fights is just something that's always been relatively the same throughout, bruh. Nowadays though, if your ass gets beat really bad, bruh, there's always gonna be multiple camera angles of you getting your ass handed to you. And if it was really bad, that shit ain't gonna go away for like 2 to 3 months. Might as well as transfer, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. It's finna be rough. Another thing that stayed the same is parties. I mean, parties are just always gonna be parties. The only difference is nowadays there's more drugs at parties, and the punishments kind of stayed the same, except that they've added this new thing called lunch detentions. But I mean, who really cares? Also, you can't forget about the Scholastic Book Fair, bro. Back then, them book fairs used to be one of the highlights of the years, bro. I remember me and my friends used to go in there and get all the little toys, bro, like the invisible ink, that pointer thing, the Lego books with the Legos in them, all of that stuff, bro. Like, we used to be blowing a bag, bro. Nowadays, I don't even think they have them no more, bro. And if they do, they're just not the same. They ain't got the toys like that. Nobody really reads books anymore, so there's no point of having it. Scholastic Book Fair just became a thing of the past, bro. It was honestly really sad, bro. I've had a lot of good memories during that time. Bring the Scholastic Book Fair back, bro. Come on now. Also, on that topic, nobody uses books no more. We all use online books nowadays. There's no point for a physical book. They only pass them out because they're required to. There's no point of actually using it. And nowadays, schools pass out laptops and shit. Everything's online nowadays. And apparently nowadays, people don't use lockers no more either. That's really become a thing of the past, bro. They were always too small anyway, so there's no point of using them. If you do, you just store all the books that you don't need into that locker and then just forget about it until the end of the year. A lot of people don't even know what locker they have anymore. Really crazy how times change. And I think the last thing I'm gonna talk about is slang differences, bro. Back then, the only slang they really had is yo or YOLO and shit like that, bro. The only other thing is they called Riz Gang back then, but besides that, they really ain't have shit. Nowadays, we have like a whole arsenal of slangs that we use. Riz, thought, God did, on God, on my mama, that's tough, NPC, ratio, Riz. We have so much more slang now, and part of that is because of online culture and all that, but that's one thing that's very, very different. Also, last thing, teachers are different too. Back then, you used to have old, crusty teachers teaching you, but they did get the job done though. They was experienced and they knew what they was talking about, and they actually helped you learn. Nowadays, we be having supermodels and TikTokers as teachers, bruh. Like, some of y'all teachers, I swear to God, be fun as hell, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know why they teaching, bro. They better start up on OnlyFans or something and capitalize on their beauty. You know people are gonna buy that shit, so you might as well get a bag off. Types of high school sports. Not finna waste time, so let's go ahead and get into it. First up, football. Alright, football is just a staple sport in all schools, bro. Like, no matter what high school you go to, if there's a football game going on that Friday, everybody's finna be there. It's finna be packed out, hype as hell, and everybody finna have a good time there. Like, football is one of those sports that if you play it in high school, you have instant clout. It doesn't matter if you're a star player or if you're just a bench warmer, you're still gonna have a little bit of clout. Just saying that you're on varsity football is just gonna bring more status to your name, no matter how good you are. And if you're the star football player at a high school, over with. It's over with. You can deadass have any girl you want, bro. And if you're a little bit attractive, all the hoes gonna love you. Of course, you get all the stereotypical cheerleaders. Definitely get all the 10s in the schools. And you most definitely get them volleyball players, bro. Who we're actually finna talk about later. Even if you're ugly, you still gonna get hoes. Being a star football player is a cheat code. Plus, the teachers will give you more leeway. They're gonna like you more. They're gonna kind of favor you in class. Of course, the coach gonna love you, so he gonna give you special privileges. And if you go to a football-based school, the principal will probably give you special privileges. Like, you may be able to skip a couple detentions, pass with a couple failing grades. And if you get caught in the janitor's closet with one of the many hoes that you have at your disposal, you might just let it slide and act like it never happened. Our football players really got it made in high school. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially if you D1. If you're a 5-star, over it. And we all know them football players be running trains on the school hoes. A team bonding experience with a future PO prospect. That's all they view it as. Overall, football is a dope sport, and you should play it in high school if you can. Don't go too hard though. You don't want to end up like this guy. All in all, I'm gonna give football an A+. Next, the basketball players. For whatever reason, every single basketball player I come across is always cocky as hell, bro. Like, I get having confidence and like believing in yourself, but some of y'all just be doing way too much, bro. Like, when you have high school basketball players saying that they can be pro NBA players in the 1v1s, you know it's gotten too crazy. And a lot of this has to deal with social media nowadays. Literally everything basketball is getting monetized. Like, you really can't go to a high school basketball game without seeing 3 professional cameras and a guy with a Balls Life shirt on. Like, that type of shit kind of just takes the fun out the game, bro. Because now people aren't playing for fun. They're playing for highlights. I just don't like it. And for the actual sport, basketball is cool, but like, you gotta be tall to play. Like, you really can't play basketball for fun no more. Like, if you play, you gotta be good. That's the thing I like about football though. Anybody can play football and they might actually, you know, get some minutes in game. Like, you can get that nerdy ass weird kid in the back of the class and go try out for football, and hey, he might get a spot as a starting water boy. Shit, if he's good enough, he might make All-American. You never know. You can also just get a random soccer player and he'll be a good kicker or punter for you. But with basketball, you have to be good at the sport. If you're not, you're not even finna make the team. But if you are a good basketball basketball player, you do get all the hoes. Especially if you're a 5-star, you're a D1 athlete, and you're above the height of 6 foot, you get all the hoes there. If you got the measurements, everybody thinks you're going to the league. And most hoes just see this as an opportunity, so of course they're gonna be on your meat. Basketball games get live, but like, there's no environment like a football game, bro. Like, let's just be real. Overall, basketball is still a top tier sport in my opinion, but like, it just feels like a business in high school nowadays. And that just shouldn't happen. When you have balls life recording 3rd grade basketball games, you know it's kind of got out of hand. So a top tier sport, I'll give it like an A-. Moving on though. Soccer. Ooh. Bro, soccer is one of them sports where, like, I'm gonna be real, for Americans, it's boring as hell. But anywhere else, soccer is like the most popular sport ever. But in American schools, nobody care about this. So I'm just gonna be real. If you say you play soccer, people are just not gonna care. Shout out to all the soccer players. We see you working, but like, still, I'm just being real. Most of the soccer players just be Hispanics and Africans and all that, so. Which, I mean, this is their sport, so that makes sense. But occasionally you get the average tanner in there, but mostly this is just a Hispanic and African sport. And the Meggers be playing too, if they're not too busy trapping out with John Moran and his gang. Hey, trapping comes first, soccer comes second, always. But the main reason why I brought this topic up is to talk about the soccer girls. Y'all already know how I am. I don't know why y'all thought anything different. If we're talking about ranking the baddest female athletes, soccer girls gotta come in top 5. Like, I don't know if it's because most of them are Hispanic girls, but like, they always be fine, bro. I don't even know. Even on Team USA, there's that one Alexis Morgan girl who was fine as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, soccer girls just got it, bro. Like I'd rather go to a girls soccer game than a guys soccer game. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, guys soccer, that's cool. Like, World Cup was amazing. I don't know. It's just something about girls soccer, bro. I don't know. Same thing with baseball and softball, but we'll talk about that later. All in all, I'm gonna give soccer, I'm gonna give them a B-. And if I'm being real, the only reason why I'm giving them a B- is because I know all the soccer players are gonna come at me at the comments if I give them a C. So B- you go. Plus, I've never heard of a soccer school. Like, it's either a basketball, football, or a baseball school. Next, we got baseball. Okay, I'm sorry I gotta say this. My opinion, baseball is the lamest sport to watch in high school, bruh. Like, baseball in general is just a lame sport to watch. But when you watch high school, it's just so lame, bro. I'm sorry, I just can't get into it. First off, baseball games be taking so long, bro. Like, why does it take 9 innings, bro? It should only be like 4 or something. Like, I guarantee if they make games 4 innings, bro, people will be packed out watching it. Or at least 5 or something, I don't know. Just make it shorter. Overall, it's just an L sport to watch, and nobody wants to watch it, let's be real. Like, even at a baseball school, the stands will never be filled, bro. Like, I get bored watching professionals play, bro. Why do you think I'm gonna be entertained watching high schoolers play, bro? And honestly, if you're not a top tier baseball player, you're not getting hoes. Like, that's just bottom line, you're just not. But again, I'm not gonna trash on y'all too much because I do see all the work that baseball players be putting in. Like, y'all really deserve y'all credit because baseball is hard as hell to like be good in. So I'm not trying to trash y'all, I'm just telling y'all the reality. Unless you go to a baseball school, most likely nobody cares about baseball. Continue all that work though, because we see that work. And plus, baseball players get paid a lot of money. But all in all, I think I'm gonna give baseball a C tier. Let's be real, the sport is boring, bro. Nobody wants to watch that shit. What people do want to watch though is softball, and it's for all the wrong reasons. Bro, softball gotta be one of the most entertaining sports out there, bro. And I'm gonna be real, it has nothing to do with the actual sport they're playing. They're just fun as shit. Like, for whatever reason, softball players are required to wear like tight-fitting clothing, which I just don't understand it. But in doing this makes them look 10 times better. Like, y'all softball players really do got it, I'm not gonna lie. So I'd rather go to a softball game than go to a baseball game. Call me horny all you want, but you're thinking the same exact thing too. I don't know what it is about softball girls. Most of them are white, by the way. They always like black guys. Always. It's even know the type of black guys they like. Just being real. But if they don't, they like the Tanners, the Bradys, the Brocks, or whatever, the football player white guys. Giving them a tier, I'm gonna give them a B. Not yet a B+, but hey, you got potential. Moving on though. Lastly, in my opinion, probably one of the best sports, volleyball. Now, I know what y'all are thinking. I know why y'all probably think I think this is one of the best ones. But I'm gonna just be real with you. You're exactly right, bro. Because goddamn, volleyball players are fine as hell, bro. Most volleyball girls are thick. It's just like a requirement for them. Like, the baddest girls in school are always the volleyball players. Like, it's just always a common thing. But volleyball girls are always popular, though. Like, but for whatever reason, they always walk around school with a knee brace on. Like, they'll get one little injury, and then all of a sudden, they're wearing a knee brace for the rest of the school year, bro. Like, it is never that serious, bro. Softball girls be doing this too sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. But in all seriousness though, volleyball is entertaining as hell too. Like, have y'all ever watched a college volleyball game, bro? Like, those games are so intense, bro. All the spikes and going back and forth. Volleyball is just an entertaining sport to watch in general, bro. It's fun to play too, especially high school games too. Like, they're entertaining as hell. Y'all will stop just looking at their ass and like look at the actual sport. You will see it too. But overall, if you don't go to volleyball games, go to them. They're entertaining as hell. And as people, I think we really should just support volleyball more because like it's way too entertaining to be looked over sometimes. Like volleyball should be like one of the premier sports in every single high school. Dead ass. If it's not already. All in all, I'm gonna give volleyball an A. It's one of the best sports in high school, and it's really just a top tier sport in general. Like, it should get a lot more love than it does. Types of school sports part 2. Hey, I really like the last one, so I'm gonna do a part 2 for it. Plus, I got a lot of y'all comments in here, so if you see your comments, go ahead and say something. But y'all already know I don't waste time, so let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, track and field. Track is low-key a valid sport. Like, the people are usually valid, the actual sport is valid. Just like everything about the sport is overall just a dub. I will say, besides the running events, everything else is kind of boring. Like long jump, throwing. I personally not entertained about that. I want to just be real. But the actual track part is pretty entertaining. And also running is whatever. I ain't gonna. But if you're a long distance runner, I feel for you, bro. Because I know that shit is hell. But nah, sprinters got it for sure. Like, I ain't gonna. The thing about track athletes is track girls are always fine as hell, bro. Like, oh my God. Like, have y'all seen the Oregon track team? Just straight 10s all across the board, bro. And then you got other track stars like Melanie Russell. She fine as hell too. Like, it's a bunch of fine people in track, bro. Like, on the scale of fine female athletes, track gotta be top 3, maybe even top 2. I ain't gonna hold you. But another thing about track is most track athletes are hoes. And I don't care what y'all say about that. Y'all know it's true, bro. Let's be real. Now, of course, you got the people who aren't on that type of timing that do track, but like most people, let's be real, are. Let's be real. Cause like them track meets are just one big social event, bro. Like, that's it. Cause if you go to a big school, most people only have like 1 or 2 races. So when you're not racing, you're literally just socializing with other people in other schools and all that. And you just know what be going on down there. Like, it's literally just one big social event filled with attractive, fit people. Like, something's just bound to happen, bro. Like, come on, let's be real. I've seen some crazy shit at some track meets, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. If your girl's a track girl, I ain't saying she a hoe, but like, just check her phone from time to time. I'm just being real. Don't be hurt when you find out she cheating, gang. It's just part of the process. Overall, this sport is a dub though, so I'm gonna give it a B+. Thinking about A-, might give it an A-, but I think B+, A- range is where it's at. Moving on though. Next, we got swimming. Now, personally, I kind of have a little bias to swimming because I used to be a swimmer myself. I know, surprise, surprise, I'm black and I know how to swim. Like, swimming in high school is only a popular sport if y'all actually have a pool at y'all high school. And even then, it's still probably not gonna be popular at all. Like, let's be real. With swimming, you're only gonna get clout if the team's good or if you're good individually. But if you're trash on the swimming team, I'm telling you, bro, you finna be one of the most irrelevant people at that school. But usually richer schools or private schools have swim teams. It's not really a common thing. Like, you're not finna go to a school in the hood and find a swim team there. Well, not because of that. Like, it's not because nobody can swim there. It's just because the school's broke, all right? All in all, personal bias aside, I gotta give this one a C. A lot of schools don't even have a swim team, so like, I really can't put it in the top tiers. Next, we got wrestling. Okay, personally, I never wrestled in high school, but like, I'm gonna be real, I always thought it was kind of sus. Like, no offense to anybody who wrestles, bro. Like, y'all some dogs. I be seeing y'all. I'm sorry, bro. Call me a bitch if you want to, but I can never have another man's ass in my face, bro. I'm sorry. It just can't happen. Like, just holding on to another man for like 3 to 4 minutes per match is just something I just can't do. Say I'm not comfortable with my sexuality or whatever you want to, bro. It's just, I'm just not comfortable doing that. But besides that, y'all some dogs though. Like, I would not mess with any of y'all. If y'all try to get into a fight with me, y'all got it for real. I'm not even gonna hold you. I know when to pick and choose my battles, and I'm not battling with you, bro. Let's just be real. Depending on the school though, wrestling is either popular or it's just kind of lame. Nobody really cares about it. But for most schools, it's kind of like in the middle. Like, if the wrestling team is good, a lot of people gonna care about it. But like, if it's not, people are just gonna write it off as like one of the more irrelevant sports. And most of the time, wrestlers are kind of 50-50 with the hoes. Like, if they're a big time wrestler, they're built, they look good, they gonna get hoes. But like, if you're just on the wrestling team, like, you're probably not. You kind of have the physique and build to pull as a wrestler. Like, it's not like one of the sports where if you're on the team, you still pull. Like, if you're losing all your matches, you best believe you are not pulling any hoes. All in all, I'm gonna give wrestling a C+. It's a decent sport in high school, but like, it's not one of the best. Let's be real. Next, we got tennis. All right, I'm gonna be real. The only reason why I know about the sport is because of Serena Williams. And I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of y'all know about the sport too. Besides this sport is irrelevant to me. And the thing about this is, it's not even a bad sport, right? Like, personally, watching it is kind of entertaining, and then playing it is also fun if you do know how to play it. It's just, this sport is just so under-marketed, bro. Like, this sport just doesn't get the coverage it should. But honestly, if you play tennis in high school, you get no clout at all. I ain't gonna lie. It's like one of them background sports in high school. Like, if you play it, people not gonna clown you. But like, once you tell your friends you playing tennis, they ain't gonna get on your ass, but like, they gonna smirk a little bit and just ask you why you playing, and then talk shit about you behind your back. But we're not gonna talk about that. All in all, tennis is just kind of a mid sport. I'm probably gonna give it a C-. It's not really relevant. Serena Williams is fine as hell though. Just felt like saying that. Next, we got cheerleading. Okay, with cheerleading, there's two types of cheerleading. There's school cheerleading and then there's comp cheerleading. With school cheerleading, it's kind of more low-key, chill. For most schools, it's more of a chill environment to do and just something fun to do. But all in all, most cheerleaders be fine, but like, to me, it's just like one of them things of like, of course the cheerleaders gonna be fine, like, they're the cheerleaders, like. But for some reason, in every cheerleading squad, there's always a body positivity girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not hating on them though. You do your thing. It don't really matter to me. There's always that stereotypical star football player with the cheerleading captain. It's literally a thing at so many schools, bro. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. Overall, regular cheer, I give it like a B. Pretty valid components of the school. But if you're a guy cheerleader, we all know that you're just there for the hoes or you're gay. Ain't no shame in saying it. It is what it is. I respect the hustle. Competitive cheer though, it's a different story. If you've ever been to a cheer competition, you know what I'm talking about. Like the environment is just different. It kind of feels like AAU basketball. It's just competitive and kind of hostile. And some of these teams really be doing some crazy shit, bro. You gotta give them props. Next, we got gymnastics. All right, bro. Overall, gymnastics have always been cool to me. I don't care what y'all say. Like, when you really think about it, gymnastics is like one of the hardest sports to like really do. And for some girls to do it so effortlessly and like flawlessly, it's just very impressive in my opinion. The thing with gymnastics though is most of the time schools don't actually have gymnastic teams. Usually you have to like join the club, but like still I do kind of count it as a high school sport because you primarily do it in high school because you peak out around when you're 25, I think. So 15, 16 is the best time to do it because your body is the most flexible. So it is a high school sport in my opinion. And you can go to the Olympics in high school, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. But I mean, yeah, this is in my opinion a top tier sport, especially when you realize like how hard it is what they're doing. And plus these girls are always a dub. Like, they're always so nice. So I gotta give this an A. Like, gymnastics is just a dub sport in general. Next, we got dancing. Okay, some schools have a dance team, other schools don't. But if you do have a dance team, that dance team probably cold, ain't it? They be having a little dance concerts at school. All the boyfriends and family be there, and some football and basketball players doing some scouting. Overall, school dance teams are pretty cool though. But also, if you're a guy and you do dance, you're probably gay. I'm just gonna be real. If you're straight, you're definitely fruity. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't know that many straight guys doing dance, but if you are one, shout out to you, bro. But you're probably just there for the hoes. I ain't gonna hold you. And then some are there for dance. I mean, hey, shout out to you. Do y'all thing, gang. Do y'all thing. Overall, the dance team gets a B. It's not an elite sport in high school, but it is pretty valid. So hey, high school parties are one of the best parts about high school. Like, good parties can really make or break your high school experience and your school. Because if your school is known for throwing good parties, everybody's gonna want to go there. If all your school parties are lame, your school's gonna be dead as hell. I mean, you got all types of parties: house parties, hood parties, B&B parties, Mexican parties, Asian parties. But not every party is a party you want to go to though. But today we're talking about different types of parties and the things that go down there. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first type of party we're gonna talk about are the house parties. Now, honestly, these house parties are kind of inconsistent. Like, they can either be very, very live or they can be dry as hell and nobody wants to go there. A good high school house party consists of three things: A, drinks; B, gas; and C, hoes. Hella hoes. Like, if there's not a lot of hoes there, what's the point of going to the party? When I say hoes, I don't just mean girls, I mean guys too. Like, if people aren't getting active at the party, it really just doesn't give off the party vibe, bro. Like, you gotta be some dancing, some mingling, you know, some crazy shit going on if you want it to be a good party. But those three are the holy trinity. If you don't got those three, the party's automatically lame. Another very crucial part of a party is the music. If I'm not hearing some good music while I'm getting wasted, I'm leaving the function. I'm talking about Playboy Cardi, Chief Keef, a little bit of Meek Mill. You know exactly the song I'm talking about. And if I don't hear Finito or Dreams and Nightmares at least one time in the party, I'm leaving the function. Drake is also very cool too. I need to hear some of that on the aux. Not from this album though. I'm not going to no European party. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm not trying to hear no Taylor Swift, no Katy Perry, no Miley Cyrus. Like, gang, this is not the 2000s. I don't want to hear all that. And I swear to God, if you play Frank Ocean anywhere near the start or the peak part of the party, you're getting kicked out. That is the end of the party experience. That's the only time he needs to be played. You know, when everybody's blacked out and tapped out, if you get what I'm trying to say. Music is not right, I am leaving the function. Back to the Holy Trinity though. If you don't have drinks at the party will be lame. Like, I think that's just kind of common sense. Like, you can't really have a high school party without drinks. Like, it just doesn't work. Drinks really do make or break a party. It's like Gunna and Lil Baby back in 2018. Like, it's just a dynamic duo that's just unstoppable. Every time they're mixed together, it's just vibe. And if you're gonna host a party, make sure you have some there. Don't be one of those bring your own drink parties, bro. Cause let's be real, nobody's finna bring that shit. When they come to the party, they're already expecting it to be there. And if it's not there, y'all not gonna have anything to drink. If there's no drinks at the party, people will be leaving. But good drinks will really set the vibe of the party. If you want people having fun and dancing, You need to have this. Number 2, the gas. Now I'm gonna be real here. You have enough of number 1. You don't necessarily need number 2. Like if it's a bring your own gas party, I would still go. It's not that big of a deal. This kind of sets the tone too, especially for the people who don't really drink like that. Kind of gets you relaxed, kind of gets you more comfortable, more talkative, more willing to do other things. Makes the lights brighter, makes the music sound better, makes the food taste better, makes the drinks taste even better. This is a really good addition to a really good party. You can't do without it, but you definitely want it there. And lastly, number 3, the hoes. Look, I'm gonna be so for real. Every elite party has hella hoes there. You never want to go to no sausage fest. Those are lame. There has to always be a good ratio of girls and guys. Typically, it's better if there's more girls than guys, but you don't want too much. But once all those things are transpiring, that's when you have an elite party. And also, at every good house party, there's at least a couple rooms open. And if there's rooms open, you already know what's going on in there. But the thing with house parties, depending on the host, sometimes the host doesn't really want you to go into those rooms because, again, that is their house. But in another type of party, you don't gotta worry about that. We'll get into that one later. But a lot of these parties are culprits of a lot of teen pregnancies. Hey, when you got some drinks and some gas in you, you'll do anything. Figuratively and literally. A lot of baby mamas are made at these parties too. But all in all, these house parties are pretty fire. They're not the best form of party in my opinion, but they're really up there. In my opinion, one of the parties you should stay away from are the hood parties. Now, usually when you hear hood and then something fun after it, it's usually always fun. But in this situation, it's the exact opposite. If you know a party's in the hood, do not go there. Like with these parties, listen to the stereotypes. They are actually very accurate in this situation. Like for instance, if a party has this on its flyer, do not go there. Like whenever a party has a thing saying leave the violence at home, that is an automatic sign that you do not need to be going there. Because if they're saying to leave the violence at home, 9 times out of 10 that party's getting shot up. Just because the flyer said leave the violence at home doesn't mean they're going to do it, bro. Like let's be real. Now of course you do have the live hood parties and those are fun, but 9 times out of 10 it ends up getting shot up. I'm just being real. Like don't go. Just don't. Also, if you do choose to go, if you ever hear, hey, so what's up then? Grab your friends and your buddies and make sure you vacate the premises immediately. Because 99% of the time, after you hear those words, you will also hear gunshots. But all in all, in general, just stay away from hood parties. If you take one thing from this video, take that. One of the best parties to go to are the B&B parties. Oh, these B&B parties are always different, bro. Think of it like this. B&B parties are basically just house parties on crack. You can play music louder, don't gotta worry about parents or cops, and most importantly, you can stay the night. So if you don't want to drive home and you give your parents a good enough excuse, you can stay there the whole night. And I think we all kind of know what I mean by stay there. And plus, you don't have to clean up the house afterwards, so you can leave it as trashy and messed up as you want to. Hey, just know, if you go into a B&B party, it's gonna be an absolute rager. It's probably gonna be one of the best parties you go to, and it's definitely gonna be a top tier experience in your life. Hey, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the drinks or if it's the gas, but everybody, males and females included, is just on 10 this night. Like their horny levels are maxed out. Everybody be wanting to go crazy at these parties, bro. It's just that type of environment. Like I said with the house parties, a lot of teen pregnancies happen at these parties. Matter of fact, with these parties, it's probably times 10. If you get a big enough B&B, everybody's finna be going crazy enough. Even if there's no rooms available, hey, just finna use the bathroom, bro. Like, real talk. All in all, these parties are pretty fun. Definitely one of the best ones you can go to, but not the best. The best party you can go to are the Hispanic parties. Bro, if you've never been to a Hispanic party, you need to go to one. Because I'm telling you, Hispanics know how to party. Like, it's always good music, good vibes, good dancing, good food, good drinks. Like, everything about it is good. Like, honestly, if you go to a Hispanic party, you don't even need to be lit to go. Like, it's just fun in general. Drinks be out, vibes be out. It just be a vibe, bro. And all the hoes be 10 out of 10, bro. And for the ladies, a bunch of eggers be at these parties too. So, hey, you're satisfied too. All in all, in my opinion, these are some top tier parties, and these are probably the best parties to go to. If you haven't been, go to one. It'll be one of the best experiences of your life. But I think the number one thing with parties is that you gotta know when to leave. If you're not gonna spend the night, you don't want to leave too late. You want to get there around 10, 11-ish when the party's really starting to get started, and then you want to leave around 12 to 12:30-ish. You don't want to stay past 1 unless you're spending the night. After 1, most parties start to hit their decline. The highs start wearing off, the drinks start settling down, and everybody's just tired or passed out on the couch or clapping in bed. Usually this is when the Frank Ocean starts playing, the Bryson Tiller, the chill early 2010s Drake starts playing. This is when the party starts going into its decline. Things that be going on in the school bathroom. Not finna waste time, let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, the hop. hotboxing. Alright, bruh. We all had them kids in our school that used to always hotbox the bathroom. Whether it was with vapes or gas or whatever they was using. They always used to smoke up that bathroom, bruh. Now, honestly, I prefer the gas kids over the vape kids because the vape kids will always just try to offer you the vape like, bruh, I'm actually trying to live past 50, bruh. Like, I'm not trying to hit that. But honestly, in my opinion, these people really can't cause that much harm because, I mean, hey, all you can smell is some blueberry Faygo, bruh. Like, it's never that serious. But with the gas kids, you should be a little bit more concerned. Because if you're in that bathroom with the kids smoking that gas and you get caught by an administrator or just a teacher, your ass is getting packed up too. Another thing that happened in the school bathrooms were the sneaky links. You know that one couple extra school that just can't wait until they get home and for whatever reason just have to do stuff on school property. It's always gonna be in the last stall because they don't want to get caught. But I mean, once people notice that there's 2 pairs of shoes in the same stall, I think your cover's gonna be blown. Doesn't really matter to them though. They're still gonna go crazy. Out of respect though, they will go to the unpopular bathrooms in the school. You know, the ones that nobody uses because they know stuff like this goes down in there. But I mean, honestly, if you're trying to run up a bag with the school exposed page, those bathrooms are the best places to find these people because you will definitely get some content. Overall, I'm gonna be real, this is just nasty. If y'all are that horny that you need to get it in school, just go to the car, bro. Or be respectable and just go behind the bleachers or behind the curtains or something, bro. Like, come on now. And also, sometimes there will be the occasional train that happens in the bathroom. Now, this doesn't happen a lot, and when it does happen, it's usually big news in the school. But there's always gonna be that one slutty girl that just doesn't care. And at this point in her life, she's just training for her future P-up contract. And if you walk in on something like that, there's only 2 things you can really do in that situation. A, do your business and relieve yourself. Or B, do your business and relieve yourself. You get what I'm trying to say. Honestly, I would never participate in something like that though. You never know what these type of girls have, bro. I'm just being real. There'll also be some throat demons in there too. Be having different guys in and out the stalls like it's like some sort of business or whatever. They be having schedules and lists and shit. If you're an athlete, you can skip the line, but if you're a regular, you just gotta wait your turn. These girls be the future P-Hub prospects. And in all honesty, high school is just practice for them. They trying to go #1 overall in the draft. Get a nice little contract, be the next line of rows or something. Be reviewing them on Yelp. Be rating their services and shit. They need these good ratings for their future P-Hub contract, bro. Don't forget. But overall, these aren't even the worst type of people. But we'll get into the worst later. One of the more ratchet, in my opinion, though, is the Fight Club. One of the main things that be going on in these school bathrooms are 30s. Now, if you don't know what 30s are, they're basically a hood organized fight in the bathroom that everybody knows about, but nobody knows about at the same time. Where 2 candidates duke it out for 30 seconds. No gloves, no headshots, just straight body shots. Pause. And whoever gets their ass beat the least after that 30 seconds is crowned the winner. They're also majorly broadcasted events. There's usually about 3 or 4 cameras in there, maybe a couple iPhones, you feel me? It's a very big event when it does happen. It's like an actual UFC fight, bruh. Each contestant had a whole team around them, each corner preparing them for the fight and shit. Then both fighters go out there, even though there's a clear-cut favorite. Yeah, gang, I ain't gonna lie to you, you're not winning this one. Lil John ain't come around to play. He got that metal plate in his jaw. You already know he ain't finna lose, bruh. Then the person who loses always ends up on the exposed pages. And you already know if it's bad, they finna be on there for months. And after that, everybody's just gonna forget about it. But the thing with these 30s though is like, if I genuinely had to take a piss in the bathroom and I walk in and I see a 30 going on, bro, I would genuinely be pissed because you know that bathroom finna be packed as hell. Now, honestly, if I'm being real, if I see a 30 going on in the bathroom, using the bathroom is probably gonna be the last thing on my mind. But some days, you know, you just be tired of all the ratchetness, bro. You just trying to get through your day. You're not trying to see someone get their ass beat. And on dumb days, these be the most annoying. But besides that, this is probably the most entertaining thing that goes on in school, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially if they bring boxing gloves. That's when you know it's gonna go down. Next thing, in my opinion, the worst one, the bathroom beaters. These be the disgusting delinquents that be beating they shit in the bathroom, bro. Like, honestly, I don't know how you have that much confidence or courage, or even how you can get horny enough to actually beat your meat in the bathroom, but like, bruh, you need to get in the army or something, bruh, because we need people like you on the front line. Because if you're brave enough to beat off in the bathroom, I feel like you're brave enough to be shooting on that front line, bruh. And the crazy part about all of this is that I know a good chunk of y'all who are watching this video probably do this. I think the worst part about this whole thing is you have to live with that post-nut clarity after this, bro. Like, I know that has to hit like none other, bro. Like, oh my God, bro. If I did this, I would want to delete myself after, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's crazy. And then the worst part about this is, y'all will go and do this and then dap your bro up with the utmost confidence, bro. Ain't wash your hands or nothing, bro. Just straight kids onto your bro's face. Straight kids on your bro's hand, bro. Like, that's crazy. I'm sorry. One of my favorite activities to do in the bathroom, though, is skip. Like, skipping is so easy in certain schools. Like, all you gotta do is just go into the stall and just be on your phone the whole time. But in some schools, the administrators or the hall monitors or whatever be trying to bust kids like they're the feds or something. Like, gang is never that serious. Like, I swear, some teachers just care way too much about their job. You put in all this effort for $35K a year. One thing about the school bathrooms is that sometimes it's just random stuff going on. Like, one day it could be a fight, other day it could be a party, next day it could be the devious lick challenge, which, by the way, that caused irreparable damage to every school bathroom in America. Dead ass in 2021, a principal's worst fear was hearing that devious look theme song down the hallways, bro. And recently I've been seeing trends of people just straight up getting haircuts in the school bathrooms. Like, bruh, like, what the hell? And then if you just walk in on them, they just act like nothing's happening. Like, it's just a normal occurrence, bro. Like, bruh, you open the whole barbershop in the school bathroom, bro. Like, what are we doing? And you already know in the girls' bathroom, they be doing them TikTok dances, bro. Be doing the renegade and all that. I already know them bathrooms be hell. And y'all musty ass people who be spraying the Max sprays all through the bathroom, bro. Y'all are some of the worst human beings on this planet. No discussion. Cause y'all know y'all be musty, right? But when you spray over must, it's just gonna make it worse, bro. It's not gonna cure nothing. So instead of masking the scent, you're just making it worse, bro. And now not only are you musty, but you made the whole bathroom musty too with your dumb ass. But an unwritten rule in high school was that you never take a shit in the bathroom. I'm gonna be real, it's pretty obvious why this is an unwritten rule. Like, I mean, theoretically, that's what the bathrooms are designed to do, but it's just like an unwritten rule that, like, if you have to take a dump like third period, bro, you are waiting till you get home to relieve yourself, bro. Like, it does not matter. And it'd be the worst when you start getting the rumblings in the first period, bro. Like you already know you got to go the whole day with all that in your system, bro. Like, that's the worst. And like, to an extent, I kind of understand it. Like, I'm not finna shame you if you do this. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you're gonna do it, please put some seat covers on the seat, bro. Just do a little tissue seat cover. You already know the one I'm talking about, bro. Just do that. Like, if you're just raw dogging the seat, I ain't got no hope for you, bro. Like, oh, you done caught all sorts of diseases, bro. You need to be on the front lines with them bathroom beaters, bro. That's exactly where you belong. I don't know. If you do that, that's all you. Good luck when you have some type of disease or whatever, bro. I ain't know. High school gym class. In my opinion, one of the wildest classes in high school. Because there's so many things that can really happen in the high school gym class that doesn't really involve athleticism at all. Like, of course, you got the stoners who sneak out the back to go smoke. And then you got the behind the bleacher hoes. That's one of them situations that if you know, you know. And then you also got the behind the curtain hoes. Again, one of them situations that if you know, you know. But all in all, this video is about things that happen in gym class. Let's not waste time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, actually working out. Like, bro, working out in the gym class is actually the worst. We all take the class because usually we expect it to basically be a free period. You know, you can run around, play games if you want to, but if you don't want to, you can just chill in the bleachers on your phone or whatever. Like, do whatever you want. So when you step in your first day and your gym teacher is actually like making y'all run and do work and do push-ups and all that, like, you just want to walk out the class, bro, because this is not what I signed up for. But bro, I'm not trying to do no push-ups or no sprints in gym class, bro. I'm just trying to chill, rizz up, get slopped up potentially, and play some basketball, bro. And if I'm not doing that, I am transferring from the class. And the thing with this type of stuff is that usually them gym teachers only make the guys do this stuff. When it comes to the girls, they can do whatever they want. Like, if one guy missed one sprint that he was supposed to do, every guy in that class is gonna get punished. But if the girls don't even run, the gym teacher's just not gonna care. Like, they clearly have a goddamn twerk off behind the bleachers and the gym teacher's still not gonna care. Matter of fact, he's probably gonna join them and record the evidence for later. All in all, actually doing work in gym class is an L. And if you have to, I feel bad for you. Just transfer out at that point. There's no purpose of being there. Next is just playing games. Playing games in gym class be the best, bro. Especially if it's one of the last periods, bro. Because after a long day of just needless work that really doesn't matter, it's always cool and a vibe to just, you know, let all that built up stress out by just, you know, playing basketball basketball or dodgeball or whatever, bro. Like that's literally all it gotta be. Especially if you get free play. If you get free play, all hell finna break loose. I ain't gonna hug you. We gonna talk about that later though. I don't know why this always happens, but them basketball games in gym class were always elite. It'd be a bunch of people who didn't make the basketball team playing like they Michael Jordan and shit, hooping like it's game 7 in the 1998 NBA Finals, bro. Like it'd be intense as hell, and especially if the hoes are watching too, bro. You already know that guys get a +10 attribute to every stat once hoes are watching. So when the hoes are watching during gym class, it's just a whole nother level, bro. You got people over here pulling up from half court and shit, bro. Like you'll have people who are 5'9", never touched the rim a day in their life, trying to posterize someone like they're Ja Morant. Like everybody's showing out during basketball, bro. And during kickball, different level. You'll be finding the next great soccer players in them gym classes, bro. Always top tier, especially if you're outside. And dodgeball is always a classic. Like we all know about that one. I always used to hate playing with the baseball players though. Like they'll take dodgeball way too seriously, bro. They'll be trying to pin you and shit, trying to end your life, straight headshots. Like bro, it is a simple gym dodgeball game, bro. It is never that serious. I am not trying to leave here in the casket just to boost your ego, bro. Like the hoes do not care. Dodgeball was really dangerous now that I think about it, bro. Like I don't know how the hell we was playing that shit. Especially if you had them red balls, bro. Like these red balls should be illegal, bro. During dodgeball, these are weapons, bro. These will do more damage than some bullets do, bro. Especially if they're a baseball player. Like damn. All in all, gym games are pretty fun, bro. Next, we got free play. All right, if you have free play in your gym class, you know what I'm finna get to. A lot of wild shit happened during free play, bro. Like a lot. Usually these days is when the gym teacher just didn't feel like planning nothing, so he just gave everybody a free day to do whatever they want, play whatever game they want, and you know, do everything or anything they want. If you trying to get, you kind of get what I'm trying to say. So most of the time, most of the regular people would just play games or just be on their phone in the bleachers or just talk, just do regular stuff, do some homework if they got it. But a certain type of people, they was a little bit too good for all this. They wanted to take their free time opportunity and, do something productive with it. And what I like to call this special group of people is the Behind the Bleacher Club, aka the hoes who gave head behind the bleachers. Now, if you didn't have this in your gym class just wasn't a gym class. It would always be some nasty, dirty hoes who definitely had daddy issues, just didn't care, who just decided to give out free head behind the bleachers. Mostly the recipients consisted of athletes, regular people, the gym teacher, really just anybody who wanted it could get it behind the bleachers. This happened behind the curtains too. The behind the curtains was more for the couples, who, we know how they get down. They've been together for a minute. Or for the sneaky links, whatever, but the curtains is more private. Behind the bleachers, anybody can get it though. That was just for everybody. Also, during these free times, most of the addicts went out and took a smoke break. Usually they would take it in the bathroom, but during free time, you could really just go off campus if you wanted to. So you could just do that. Also, a lot of people just skip in general. Once they hear free play, that's their cue to just leave the school. Last thing I'm gonna talk about with the gym class are the teachers. Okay, sometimes you got the chill gym teachers who don't really care. They let you have free play a lot. Sometimes they playing games, but it's nothing that crazy. They don't make you run. They don't make you do pushes. They don't make you work out. You can just do whatever you want. It's really just a chill environment. And it feels more like a free period where you can play games than the actual class. Other times you have the strict gym teachers who actually want you to do work. They care about their job a little bit too much. They actually put effort into what they do. Make you work out, make you run, make you do push-ups, make you do workouts. You do play games sometimes, but not that often. Those are the teachers that we don't like. And they're very strict on dressing out. They won't let you dress certain ways, so the girls can't pull up with their leggings, which makes everybody sad. And overall, these are just coming to earth. Then you got the fine gym teacher, like the female gym teacher if you have one. I've heard a couple stories about female gym teachers. Usually they are fine because they're fit. Of course, they're a gym teacher. But you best believe all the guys be trying to rizz up during gym class, though. You already know what they doing. Coming in with tight-ass shirts and tank tops and white beaters, trying to flex their muscles, be running sprints extra hard and shit. Overall, it's just a funny situation. But these teachers are usually chill, though. Then you always have the gym tryhards, bro. There's always those people who just go extra hard in the sprints for no reason, bro. Bro, you're not impressing the hoes. There's no scouts here to watch you in gym class, bro. Nobody cares. I support you trying to grind and shit. I'll support that, but just don't be cocky with it, of course. Also, we briefly got to talk about gym dress code. Because some teachers be strict about it, but other teachers be chill. The strict ones make you, wear a certain type of style, certain type of clothes. Bro, it is never that serious. But on the other side of the spectrum, some be way too lax about it, which I'm not really complaining about. I'm not gonna lie to you. But sometimes they do kind of go overboard. There be some girls showing up to gym class with straight booty shorts on, cheeks hanging out and
all that shit. Every time they do a squat or try to run, half their asses out and shit. And then when they catch you looking at them, they act like a gym thought from TikTok, bro. Over here trying to call you a predator and shit. Say you're emasculating them and whatnot, bro. Like, bro, you got half your ass out. Of course I'm finna look, bro. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you can't be mad when I look at you when you're trying to get looked at. Like, that just pisses me off. And then some of the guys be wearing them tight ass shirts, bro. Over here cutting their circulation off and shit. You can put the guns down, bro. Nobody's looking. Another thing that's really annoying to me is the locker room. Like, when you really think about it, having a bunch of guys in one locker room for gym class is just kind of weird. Like, the locker room be one of the craziest places in the whole school. Got people changing, meat dangling all around the locker room and shit. Got the straight people trying to act gay. He trying to smack your ass and shit. You got to change by the goddamn wall just to avoid it. And then the people who be spraying Axe spray like all throughout the locker room just piss me off, bro. Like, I've talked about this before, bro, but like when you spray Axe spray on you when you're musty, it just makes everything worse, bro. You can't put spray like that on must. Like, it just doesn't work. So now your dumb ass stinks, but also you got to remember we're in a locker room. So when you spray the Axe spray all around the locker room and it mixes with the musty particles, it's just gonna make everything worse. So now you got the whole locker room smelling like you, musty as hell. Like, I swear to God, those people just need to be like eradicated off of earth. They piss me off so much. And lastly, we got the creepy gym teacher. These are the weirdos that let the girls get away with everything. You know?
One thing I hate about school is the dumb rules that come with it. Like, of course, rules are in place for a reason, right? But some of the rules that these schools be having are just completely pointless. For example, why the hell can I not wear my hood up in class? Like, there is literally no reason why this should be a rule, bruh. Like, and I hate how administrators be trying to say it's for safety reasons too, bruh. Like, bro, my hood is not finna shoot up this school, bruh. And if you want to blame it on the cameras not being able to identify you with a hood on, bruh, these school cameras can identify me, period. Like, have you ever seen the footage of these school cameras, bruh? Like, the quality is literally horrible, bruh. But oh no, these same school cameras are supposed to be able to catch any intruder or school shooter that ever walks into school. But if they have their hood on, automatically it won't be able to catch them. Like, that's just so dumb to me, bruh. And another rule I hate is a teacher being able to deny your bathroom request, bruh. Like, why is this a thing? Like, there is no reason why I should be denied of a human right just because a 35-year-old depressed woman doesn't want me to do it. Like, if I need to use the bathroom and you say no, you're dumb, stupid, and just an overall horrible person. If I don't want to be in your class bad enough that I have to lie to use the bathroom, maybe you should switch up your teaching style. And until you do that, let me leave. Make me entertained. And then back to the bit about using the bathroom early in class. I don't care what situation it is. This is a dumb rule. You deny me to use the bathroom just because I gotta use it early in class is just dumb. It's better if I use it early in class when we're not doing anything than in the middle of the class when we're halfway through the lesson. It's just common sense. Why don't teachers understand that? Lock in. This video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Hey, we got the 3P with them, I ain't gonna hold you. Morgan & Morgan, submitting an injury claim is easy. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and have it reviewed by a lawyer without ever having to leave the couch. You can sign documents, upload pictures, share medical records, and doctor bills, all from your phone. You can even text message your attorney and case manager without having to go into office. When you're injured in an accident, hiring an attorney is one of the first things you should do. And with Morgan & Morgan, submitting a claim is very easy. Over 3 million people have trusted Morgan & Morgan when they were injured in an accident. The best part about Morgan & Morgan is that their fee is free. Yeah, I know you're interested now. I already know. I see it in your eyes. You only have to pay if you win. No upfront costs, no sign-up fees, etc., etc. If you don't win your case, you don't gotta pay. They have over 100 offices nationwide and over 800 local lawyers. But here's the thing. They hire all-star local lawyers that have the local knowledge, natural strength, and the local know-how. They've recovered over a staggering $15 billion for their clients. So if you're ever in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. You can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less, and you can have America's largest injury law firm fighting for you. You can get started at forthepeople.com/onecloud9 or dial pound law, that's pound 529 from your cell. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video, and with that, let's get back to it. Another thing is eating food. If I'm hungry in class, let me eat, dog. Like, yeah, I get food spills and crumbs can get on the floor and rats and rodents can come crip walking into the school. As long as you're not eating some 5-course meal, there really shouldn't be a problem. And the crazy part about this, the teachers who be saying this shit be the main ones eating behind their desk. They be over here teaching and eating at the same time, over here munching and shit, bro. Like, bruh, how you finna be a hypocrite, bruh? Well, I can eat because I'm the teacher. Who cares, bruh? You make like $30,000 a year. That's not something to be impressed about. Another thing that pisses me off about school is dress code, especially if your school has a uniform. Oh my god, if you got a uniform at your school, bro, I feel your pain. Let me wear my hoodie, sweatpants, and slides in peace, gang. There's no reason to make a dress code. Like, yeah, I get why it's in place, because there's always some females that be going way too far with the dress codes. Over here dressing like it's Euphoria High or some shit. Them rules about not exposing your shoulder as a girl, like, I'm sorry, that's just dumb. Like, bro, what is a shoulder gonna do, bro? I'm not finna get bricked off of a shoulder, bro. Like, let's be real. And also, there's no reason why we shouldn't bring slides to school. And for the schools that do uniforms, stop. There's no reason. Let us wear what we want in peace. Get with the goddamn program. Speaking of the goddamn program, why do we still have homework, bro? Like, I know that's like a typical school rule that everybody hates, but like, homework should just have been eradicated a long time ago. Like, everybody knows that only one person does the homework and everybody just copies off of them. Like, them school homework group chats be coming in clutch, bro. Like, let's just be real. That's what we all do. Everybody knows this, and hell, even the teachers know this, bro. So why do we still have homework, bro? It's just pointless. And then another thing that I think is stupid is how early school starts. There's no reason why school should start at 7:45, bro. Like, why can't school just start at like 9 or something, or maybe 10? There's no reason why it should be dark outside and I'm getting ready to go to school, bro. And then let's not even get into the fact that they expect you to be ready on time and excited to be there once you get there at 7:45 a.m. in the morning. Like, bro, I still should be sleeping. Not to mention, isn't it better when you're under 18 to get more sleep? Like, if you really want to be educated and ready to go, wouldn't it be better if we just woke up at a later time? Doesn't make sense. And then another stupid thing is they made school that early, but if you're late to that shit, they get on your ass. Like, and especially for people who can't take the bus to school. If your parents have to drop you off at school and you don't get there on time, there is absolutely no reason why you should get punished for that. Like, why am I supposed to take the punishment for my parents not getting me to school on time, bro? Like, that makes no sense. If anything, you should talk to the parents, not me. It ain't my fault. Another thing I don't get is school detention. Like, bro, this literally does absolutely nothing. Sitting a 16-year-old in a timeout for not getting to class on time makes absolutely no sense, and it's ineffective as hell. Like, detention has never actually worked. If you want people to act better in school, maybe make the school better or just kick them out. Like, I've seen plenty of kids go through detention all their life and not a single thing changed about them, bro. It didn't help them at all. And last but not least, one of the stupidest rules in school is the no self-defense rule. If somebody hits me and if I fight him back, why should I get in trouble? I didn't start it. I'm just no bitch, so I'm not finna get my ass beat. Why would I get in trouble for him attacking me? That makes absolutely no sense. What's the alternative? You just get your ass beat? Even then, you still participated in a fight, so they'll probably still suspend you. Like, there's no winning in self-defense in school. Now, even though there's a lot of bad school rules, there are some good ones. For example, not being able to bring a weapon to school. I think we all understand why that's a good one. And also, getting to class on time isn't a bad rule either. Like, if you're in the building and you don't get to class on time, I'm gonna be real, like, that is kind of your fault. Now, if you're only like a minute late, I mean, the teacher's kind of just being petty. But anything over a minute, I mean, you deserve that punishment. Like, let's be real. I might not like the rule, but it is a good rule. And school does have other good rules too, but I just don't feel like listening to them, I'm gonna be real. But the thing with school is there's way more bad rules than good rules. And the reason why that is because school is severely outdated. A lot of these rules were made back in segregation times. It's also why you got to do a school fire drill every single month. There needs to be a change. Change to some rules, change to curriculums, and overall change to the whole way that we just do school in general. And until that happens, school will never get better. Bro, the school locker room is one of the most chaotic things about a school. My personal opinion, I think the school locker room is worse than the school bathroom. If you watch the school bathroom video, then you should know my opinions on that shit too. And in my opinion, the boys' locker room is way worse than the girls' locker room. Like, bro, the boys' locker room is the only place where you can see a fight, robbery, hell, on occasion, a whole ass sausage party. Like, so many crazy things have happened in the boys' locker room. Like, for instance, there's always that one guy who just sprays Axe spray everywhere, bro. He's most likely a Discord mod, definitely sub to multiple girls OnlyFans, and he's most definitely a chronic beater. And I swear to God, after gym class, this guy just douses himself in this shit, bruh. Like, I've said this multiple times. Axe spray doesn't hide must. If you're musty, you need to take a shower. Spraying Axe spray ain't gonna do nothing but make the smell worse. And not only will it make you smell worse, but it'll make the whole locker room smell worse too. You know why? Because we're all musty too. So that Axe spray is just gonna spread around the locker room and just incorporate it with our must particles. And soon enough, the whole locker room will be smelling around like R. Kelly's victim. And then not to mention, you can't leave shit in the locker room, bro. You can't leave your bag, your phone. God forbid you leave your AirPods or keys. Like, I swear to God, the boys' locker room is a mini version of Detroit. Can't have shit in there. Trying to lock it up in the lockers doesn't work either. Because you could put it in the locker and even have a lock on that shit. But somehow, your shit is still gonna get took. I don't know what type of machinery they using for that shit, but hey, it's getting the job done. Then we can't forget about the fights that be going on in the locker room too. Them locker room fights be legendary. And the funny thing is, half the time, the people who are fighting don't even have beef with each other. Only reason why they're fighting is because, honestly, they're bored. When all those factors are brewing together, all you really gotta do is add one Mark Phillips into the equation, and there, you instantly got a brawl. And they be treating them locker room fights like a UFC event. Boxing gloves, got cameras recording from all different angles. They got an announcer, of course, and they even got that one low-key fruity guy, but everybody knows they're straight. It really do be official. And we also can't forget about roasting in the boys' locker room. The roast battles that would go on in the locker room were always legendary, bruh. Some of the jokes and roasts I've heard in the locker room were so bad that, like, if it was me, we would have started fighting right there. Like, in the locker room, nothing was off limits. I've heard roasts about moms, aunties, uncles, dads, lack of dads even. But one line everybody knows not to cross is talking about another man's sister. No matter what, if you brought up another man's sister, just expect hands to be thrown at you in less than 5 seconds. That's not something to play around about. Besides that, everything that happens in the locker room usually stays in the locker room. Those two people had beef in the locker room, whatever happened, as soon as they leave them doors, all of that just magically goes away. You can be complete enemies in the locker room, but as soon as you step out, you can be best friends. Females, on the other hand, though, they talk shit in the locker room, they gonna talk shit in the cafeteria. They talk shit in the cafeteria, they gonna talk shit in the classroom. They talk shit in the classroom, they gonna talk shit online. And if they talk shit online, they gonna meet in the courtyard at 3 p.m. the next day. Then let's not forget about the occasional parties that be happening in the locker room. One day you can walk into the locker room, there's a fight. The other day you can walk into the locker room and nothing's really happening. And then one random day you can walk in and it's just an all-out party. Someone brought their speaker, whoever's on Knox is cooking like Steph in the 2022 finals. And everybody's just in the locker room turning up before gym class. They even got a couple people in bare underwear shaking ass and shit. It was definitely a Lil Nas X fantasy. And I mean, as soon as you walk in, you only really got two options. Option A, be lame and just get changed. Or option B, throw all your morals and pride aside and go shake some ass. But the boys' locker room is pretty wild. But the girls' locker room is complete opposite. This video is sponsored by friends of the channel, Teague Hanley. As we all know, Teague Hanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products that you need and nothing that you don't need. So that irrelevant, cheap-ass product you be getting from whatever store, don't got that. They only got the top-tier stuff. Skincare in men really does truly matter. And I feel like a lot of men don't take it as seriously as they really should. Part of that reason is because a lot of men don't know how to go about it. Well, if you don't know how to go about it, Teague Hanley offers a whole system and instructions on how to take care of your face and skin with their products. And it's a daily thing, so you can definitely add this to your routine. I recommend you start off with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash, an amazing scrub, an AM moisturizer, also with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer for the night. They'll tell you how much, and when to use each product, so it's simple and as easy as possible, and that's what we all like to hear. I actually do use this, and it has helped my skin a whole lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, just look at it. I'm glowing. And if you don't want to take my word on it, take the 7,000 positive 5-star reviews from customers all across the globe. And as if they weren't doing enough for you already, members of Teague Hanley get amazing benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, ability to pause or cancel the subscription at any time, and most importantly, free US shipping. Like, hey, it can't get much better than that. And because Teague Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Click the first link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Click that link and get started today. Thank you to our friends at Teague Hanley for sponsoring this video. And besides that, let's get back to it. The girls' locker room is more civil, smells nice, feels comfortable. You could leave some stuff in a locker and expect it to be in the same place once you get back. Instead of running 30s before class, they run 30-second TikToks. Instead of spraying Axe all over the locker room, they prefer to spray some Victoria's Secret perfume. Instead of having roast sessions in the locker room, they prefer to just gossip about other people. Instead of turning up and twerking on everybody, they naturally, they do turn up and twerk on everybody. I ain't gonna lie to you, they do the same thing. But besides that, the two locker rooms are completely different. The girls and boys locker room is kind of like the Barbie and Oppenheimer movie. Both of them serves the same purpose, but they're literally night and day. One of them is cute, chill, and smells nice, and the other is just radioactive. And I think one of the craziest things that ever happened to me in the locker room is something that you probably wouldn't expect from the boys locker room. It's more something that should come from the girls. I had a small PE class. PE was chill, nothing really happened, but something that me and all the guys started noticing is that this one girl would always talk to our PE instructor. And when I mean talk, I don't mean just casual conversations. Like, she would literally go over to him, sit down right beside him, and just talk to him like literally the whole class period. Also, the girl who always talked to the PE teacher, for whatever reason, didn't really like me that much. I said she looked like a goblin or something, blah blah blah. I was a demon back in 8th grade. Doesn't really matter. Now, to our knowledge, the PE teacher wasn't really doing anything. It was just chilling, being nice to the girl, talking to her, nothing really serious. But this PE teacher was also the basketball coach for the school. One day, me and the guys were in the locker room, and we was just talking about normal 8th grader stuff, and then randomly, one person, who I'm gonna just call Gabe, made a little out-of-pocket joke. Now, I can't really say this joke on YouTube, or else I'm gonna get packed up, but all you need to know is he thinks our PE teacher wanted to do some mischievous things to this little girl. Again, this is what he said. It was a joke. Naturally, we all laughed because we were immature 8th graders, and after that, we just went about our day. So fast forward about a week, I go into the locker room, change, chop it up with the boys, head out to the gym, and start shooting around. It's the start of PE class, mind you. Nobody's really out yet, and all of a sudden, I just see the principal of our school walk into the gym. He walks in the gym, walks over to the coach, talks to him for about 2 minutes, then she starts walking towards me. She comes up to me and then asks me to go to her office. Now, at this time, even though I was a demon, I didn't really get in trouble. So originally, I just thought this was about grades or something. So I'll go back to her office, we get inside, and then she just sits down. And then, I kid you not, asks me if I said the thing that Gabe said. So at first, I was completely shocked because that was a week ago, and I had completely forgotten that whole conversation even happened. But then I started thinking about it. How the hell does she know about that? I mean, it was only the guys in the locker room, and I doubt any of them would snitch on me because we were all cool with each other. So how did she find out about this? And most importantly, why is she accusing me of this? Gabe had a more high-pitched voice, so there is no possible way that you can confuse me with Gabe. So of course I declined and said I didn't say that, and I didn't even know about that. And at first I don't think she believed me, but then as she see my facial reaction, she started realizing that she had the wrong guy. And after that gym class, I went back into the locker room and asked all the guys who snitched. And also, why did they say it was me? Everybody said it wasn't them, which I didn't believe at first. Until later that week, Gabe, the guy who said it, found out who it was. So basically what happened is, a little 6th grader had lost something in the locker room. So when he came back to find his lost item, he overheard our conversation. Now, none of us seen him in the locker room, which means he probably just opened the door, came in, heard the conversation, and just walked out. So apparently at the time, this little 6th grader had a crush on the old girl. He heard what Gabe said, reported it swiftly back to his princess, and told her somebody said it. He didn't know who said it, but somebody said it. Now here comes the messed up part. Instead of this girl pressing the kid more and more, trying to figure out who said it, she just automatically assumed it was me. So once she got home, she went and told her mom that I said these things, and the mom told the principal. And once the principal found out, instead of coming to me first, she went to the coach, told him that I said it, and then brought me out of class. Now the reason why I added the detail of her telling the coach is because back then I used to be a big time basketball player. And if you remember what I said about the PE coach at the start, then you would know he's the high school basketball coach. And I was in the 8th grade. You can kind of get where this is going. That basketball coach still thought that I said those things about him. And I did make sure to go up to him and tell him that I didn't say that. But I mean, at that point, the damage is kind of already done. But just because of that one thing, that basketball coach had a grudge on me for the rest of high school. But that one locker room incident ended up changing my life forever. Because after that season, I quit basketball and I started doing YouTube. I guess it kind of all worked out at the end, but at the time, I was pretty pissed. That was my locker room experience. School dances are one of the weirdest things in high school. Because like on one hand, it has that party aspect, you know, the dancing, the drinks, even though they're non-alcoholic, and the whole vibes of the atmosphere, including the music, the people. It just feels like it's supposed to be a party of some sort. A big mega party that most of the school attends and dresses up for. But on the other hand, it's a school event, which means no real fun can actually happen at the actual dance. No drinking, no smoking, no no hooking up in the master bedroom. None of what happens in the actual high school party can happen at a school dance. This one factor alone scares off a lot of people from going to a school dance, because if no narcotics or sins are involved, what's the point of doing a party? Like, everybody's finna be there sober as hell, either shuffling their feet trying to dance or just standing on the wall posted up like they're a gang member. Nothing really happens at school dances, especially in the generation that we're in now. Like, nobody wants to really dance anymore. You can kind of blame it on the lack of club anthems we have nowadays, but it's also just the fact that we're all too self-conscious about us dancing. We don't want to get embarrassed. We're in an era where you can record anything, and if someone catches you trying to dance and when you don't know how to dance, that following week everybody's finna be laughing at your ass. But even still, school dances are just kind of awkward. Like, it kind of depends on the school you go to, because certain schools really know how to turn up their school dance. But if you went to a school like I did, then your school dances are probably terrible. A whole bunch of people standing on the walls, on their phones, and basically doing nothing for the whole entire school dance. But school dances can be very lit though. You just gotta have the right factors in place. For instance, the music. If you want a school dance to be really good, you had to have a good DJ there. See, the problem with a lot of school dances is that the school tries to go the cheap route when trying to find a DJ and end up hiring a person who doesn't know what they're doing. And then instead of playing some actual good songs that people can get hyped to, that motherfucker start playing some Taylor Swift or Katy Perry or some Ed Sheeran. Like, who's playing Ed Sheeran at a party, gang? Like, if you're not playing Chief Keef, Lil Uzi, and Playboy Cardi on rotation, I'm not trying to come to the function. And then they be trying to play a hype song and then follow it up with like a slow song, which just completely ruins the whole momentum of the dance, bro. Like, you can't follow up Finito with a song like Shape of You, bro. Like, it's just not gonna work. And because the music is so inconsistent, it just kind of throws a lot of people off. And then I hate when these schools be trying to play the clean version of certain songs. Like, certain songs you just can't play the clean version of. It just ruins the whole song. For instance, any NLE Choppa song, like, if you gonna play the clean version, you might as well just not play it at all. Especially that freaky ass song he just dropped, bro. Like, you cannot play the clean version of that shit. It's just gonna ruin the whole song. But at every school dance, there's always that one. Before we really get into this, go sub up to the live channel. I want to get this live channel to 10K by the end of the month. If we do, I'll upload an extra video next week. Gonna be hell trying to get the video ready, but hey, we gonna do it. So make sure you sub up to the live channel. And the video on the screen is probably the best one on there, so go ahead and click that shit. Anyways, back to the video. But at every school dance, there's always that one song that no matter what they're doing, everyone, including the goddamn teachers, comes straight to the dance floor and just start going crazy. Dancing, swag surfing, doing whatever, bro. Mosh pits, all of that shit, bro. And usually it's at the peak of the dance, bro. And once that moment happens, that's a moment to remember, bro. For whatever reason, there's always that one group of guys at every single high school dance. Like, it never fails. That no matter what song it is, they just form a mosh pit and just start jumping around. Like, it doesn't matter if the DJ's playing some Billie Eilish or some shit, bro. They finna be jumping and screaming and dancing, bro. One thing that can completely shut a school dance down is a fight breaking out. Like, fights at a school dance might be the best and worst place that can happen at. Because on one hand, everybody's there for it and everybody can see it and everybody's gonna have their phone out. But on the other hand, it could shut down the whole school dance depending on who your principal or administrators are. I will say though, whoever wins that fight, bruh, your ass finna be getting dap ups and high fives for the rest of the school year, bro. Your ass finna have all the hoes, bro, cause like pretty much everybody's finna see that shit. But if you end up being a lame ass who ends up losing that shit, I ain't gonna lie to you, gang, your ass might as well transfer, bro. There's no point in staying to school. Like, nobody's finna respect you, just transfer. Yo, I got merch now. Even better, actually, I got a new brand. The brand's called Off Brand. Just look at this, bro. This looks iconic already. I'm having it in white, black, and I'm also gonna have this same design on shirts too. So if you want to get that for the summer, go ahead and get that. Pre-orders for the hoodies and the shirts are already available. Pre-order it right now, you get it like 40% off. Once it's off pre-order in a month, the price will never be this low again, so take advantage. The link to my website is right here. Go shop right now. If you cop the hoodie and post it on Instagram and tag me in it, I will give you a follow back on IG, so definitely do that. So go ahead and support the channel and also support me. But besides that, that's pretty much it, so get back to the video. But no matter what school you go to, there's always gonna be that one couple or couples who always sneak off to go in the school bathroom. It's either the bathroom, the locker room, or something. It's always, for some reason, it's always in school, bro. Like, bro, you got a whole ass car outside. Why are you doing this shit in school? And there's always a story about that shit, bro. Like, it's always, bro, it's always something about that. Like, why can't you just go into the car and leave early like everybody else, bro? Like, come on now. Like, what you doing, bro? But another factor that makes a good school dance is the people who are there. Like, no matter what song you play, if you have a bunch of dry ass people at the school dance, it's not gonna matter what you do. It's just gonna be lame. Like, you gotta have people who are actually trying to have fun, bro. Like you can't come to a school dance with a negative ass attitude. You gotta come there like at least trying to have fun, bro. Like that's a big part. And another big part about school dances is the outfits you wear, especially if we're talking about prom. Like, have y'all seen the prom outfits people are wearing nowadays on Instagram, bro? Like, it is crazy. Like, I seen this one girl in a whole goddamn Medusa outfit, shit looking demonic as hell or some shit. Look like she doing a ritual, and she wore this shit to a high school prom, bro. Like, this is some shit you wear to Met Gala, bro. Like, what you going to the wrong dance? Not only did she have this shit, but she also had like a G-Wagon parked up behind her, bro. Like, that type of shit is insane. The long ass eyelashes, long ass nails. You already know all them females be wearing their birthday makeup and shit. Like, this be the one time where all the ratchet hoes suddenly want to turn into Bel Air princesses. And then on the other spectrum, you got people over here wearing sightseers at prom. Like, come on, gang. You do better, bro. But getting dressed and flicking up before a school dance is like one of the most vital parts. For a lot of people, that's the only reason why they go. Even though that's just gonna be tough as hell to dance in, hey, you gotta do it for the culture. I ain't gonna. Them flicks gonna be tough as hell too, so hey, it's a worthy sacrifice. Now, for the people who rented out cars and shit to like go to prom, I'm gonna be real, that shit is kind of extra, especially if you rent out a limo. Like, gang, it is a high school prom or a high school dance. Like, there's no need for that shit. But for the people who did that, hey, salute to you, bro. Your parents sure do love you, bro, because they did not do that shit for me. Like, I remember at a prom I went to, I seen a guy pull up in a goddamn Lamborghini, bro. It was one of the new ones too, bro. That shit was clean as hell. Offering him to pull up with a mid-ass girl, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this girl was like a 5 on a good day. I ain't gonna lie. But people really be going all out just for presentation. That shit crazy. I remember one time my friend's date rented out a whole limo for them and her friends just to go to prom. They had a little pre-game snacks on that shit too, if you get what I'm trying to say. But I think one of the most important things that make school dances what they are the after parties. Every elite school dance has an even more elite after party. Like, I'm talking about Project X status, bruh. Damn near the whole school be there sometimes. Pre-rolls and drinks everywhere. Sometimes the rich kids rent out Airbnbs. You got a whole bunch of rooms in that bitch. And everybody's just on the same type of time. And you just trying to get lit as hell. Have a good night. Most likely go to Waffle House and CVS the next morning. That's all I'm gonna say about that shit. Them parents that buy their kids hotels after the school dances are crazy in my opinion. Dope ass parents though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even hate them. Them kids who got that shit are lucky as hell. Cause everybody, and I mean everybody know what they doing in that hotel room. Let's be real. Bro, school detentions are one of the dumbest things ever. Like, the idea of basically putting a teenager in timeout after school is just stupid as hell. Like, it literally serves no purpose. And I promise you, it does not do anything. The only thing it does is just piss you off, but it's not gonna piss you off to the point where you're not gonna get another one. Like, it really serves no purpose. And then lunch detention be stupid too, bro. Like, giving me a silent lunch just because I came to school a little bit late is just a stupid concept. But today we finna talk about school detentions and the type of people that are in them. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, the people who never got one. These are the type of people that just be scared once they get to the lunch detention. Usually they just go in, do their time, and just go out. It's pretty simple. They don't get in trouble that often, so they're not really supposed to be in there, but like, they probably in there for a retardie or something stupid. But usually these are good kids and they just got caught up with something stupid. Nothing crazy. It's a one-time offense. It's probably gonna be the only time they ever go to it. Next, we got the future convicts. Like, honestly, these are the people who you just know. Like, out of high school, they're just going to jail. You just know that's their life plan. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Most of the time, these people are regulars in detention, so like, it's just common now. It's just part of their routine. Usually when they're in detention, they just be like staring at everybody. They just kind of have like a menacing look to them. You just don't want to talk to them. Either that or they acting up the whole period, which gets them another detention. But hey, they don't care at this point. They just getting used to this shit, bro. They know where their life finna end up. And a lot of the times they eventually get sent to alternative school. So hey, these are definitely your future trappers and wife beaters. Next, we got the skippers. Okay, these are the people who always get detentions but just don't go to them. And honestly, in my opinion, these people are really smart depending on the school. Because let's be real here. If you skip a detention, what are they gonna do? Just give you another one. And unless your school suspends you for getting a number of detentions, you'll really never have to serve that. So honestly, in my opinion, these people are pretty smart. And most of the time, the people who be skipping detentions are the people who got them because they relate to school. It's kind of ironic if you think about it, but hey, these also be the stoners because they just do not care. Next is the op. Okay, not every detention has these type of people, but if yours did, I feel for you, bro. These are the little Beckys and Emilys who try their hardest to just do the most during detention. Like, these are the type of people that be shushing you when you talking during detention, bro. Like, bro, whose side are you on, bro? You over here trying to be a good guy in detention when you are literally in detention with us. And these people always be trying to snitch on you if you're talking or something, bro. Like, gang, you're in here with us. Why are you playing for the other side? Your ass acting like you gonna get special benefits for snitching, bro. Like, you will gain nothing from this. The teacher not gonna let you out just because you snitched on us, bro. Like, it does not work like that. Usually these type of people be the teacher pets or just the basic white girls who want to have power in detention because they're that bitch.
bitch. But these are still not the worst types of people. But we finna get into the worst types later. Next is a talker. These are the type of people that just be talking there in the whole detention. They do not care. Like if they got detention with one of their friends, they finna be talking that whole entire time, bro. And you know good and damn well I'm finna be listening. They finna be talking about all the drama, bro. And I'm definitely gonna know all that shit. I'm trying to find out who got a train ran on them last Thursday in the bathroom, bro. But honestly, these people can get annoying if the teacher's strict. Cause like you really costing us. Cause some detention teachers just be doing too much. And like if you talk too much, they like make you put your head down or whatever. Or whenever the teacher does that thing where like if one person is talking, then everybody in the detention has to do another detention. Like first off, that's a stupid ass rule. Like if one person robbed the bank and had to go to jail, everybody in that bank should have to go to jail with them. Like that's not realistic and it's just dumb. Or if one guy wanted to get a cupcake from a 13-year-old, that doesn't mean all guys want to do the same thing. But a rule's a rule. I'm not trying to serve another detention because you wanted to talk to Becky about how Brian ate your ass last night, bro. Like I promise you, I do actually care about that, but like still, it's not the time or place. All in all, for me, these people are kind of split down the middle. They could be a good addition, or they could just be toxic. But the students that will piss me off are the ratchet hoes. Y'all already knew that was coming, bro. It can't be a 1Cloud9 video without the ratchet hoes. Bro, for whatever reason, in lunch and detention, these ratchet hoes stats and attributes are just double to the extreme, bro. Like they get a times 10 to all their attributes when it comes to lunch or detention, bro. Like it's crazy. Like you already know they finna be in the back of the class eating their hot Cheetos, tapping their nails on the desk, and yelling and screaming about some bullshit that doesn't even matter. Talking about how niggas ain't shit and how bitches be hating and how niggas be hating. You see the common trend here? Blaming other people for their actions and not taking accountability. But that's a video for another day. And you already know how they got to detention. Of course, they was yelling in the back of the class or fighting. They probably was fighting too. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know the little ratchet girl fights where they be pulling the hair and then hitting with they weaves and just, you know what I'm talking about, bro. And most of the time, they don't think they deserve the detention. Even if they was fighting, they're just gonna make some excuse about how it was self-defense or whatever, bro. You was still fighting. Like, what are you talking about? And most of the time, they actually be starting the fights, but like, of course, they can't take accountability because they the ratchet hoes. So, hey. Next, we got the fighters. Okay, these people that be getting detention because they be fighting. Pretty simple. But if you think the beef only stays during school hours, you are sadly mistaken. Because usually these people are still about it once detention is too. Like, it does not matter that they're in detention. If someone tries them, they're still gonna beat their ass. Usually these type of people be getting suspended more than getting detention. They don't just be in here because they be fighting. Some of these people be cussing out the teachers, be cussing out staff members, whatever. They just regulars in here. These are also future convicts, I'm not gonna lie to you. Next, we got the people who always be trying to leave. These are the type of people that always ask the teacher if they can leave, like they're special or some shit. I swear to God, these people be thinking they the main character or some shit, bro. Like, you just a regular student just like the rest of us, and he's not gonna give you special privileges just because you asked. He's actually probably gonna be pissed off and just give you a worse punishment. Usually these type of people don't be in detention that often though, so that's why they're asking to leave. They think just because they don't go that often that they get special privileges, which is not true. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna be real, we probably all tried this once, but if you do this consistently, you're just weird. Next, we got the fine girl. Okay, whenever a fine girl is in detention, you already know what type of time the guys are on. They gonna try their hardest to rizz up, and then eventually when she rejects them, they just gonna talk shit about her. It's gonna be like 5 guys sitting beside her, all of them damn near auditioning on why she should choose them, asking for her number and shit, damn near harassing her at this point. But hey, it's all part of the love of the game. You wanna be fun, you gotta deal with these consequences. And all these guys do all of this just for her not to get any of y'all's numbers, bro. I mean, hey, you can consider it a waste of time, but like, let's be real. What else are you gonna do? Gotta support the hustle at the end of the day. Usually these girls are in here because something stupid like a tardy or whatever, so they don't be in there that often. It's just a once every couple months occasion. But hey, when they are in there, it's always a special event. Last but not least, we got the couples. Okay, usually what happens when you have a couple in detention is one of them actually has the detention and the other one just got the detention by being late or something just so they can be there in detention with the other couple. It's some corny ass shit, bro. Most of the time they just be cuddled up and doing their own thing, talking to each other and hugging each other and shit, acting like it's so romantic that they both got lunch detentions, bro. Like, no, it's just stupid. Swear to God, these people think they're Romeo and Juliet, bro. All for one of them to get caught up with the school hoe and then they never speak to each other again. Crazy how high school relationships work, bro. You also had them weird kids in detention. You know, the ones that stayed in the back of the class, most likely were golf or anime kids. You may get the occasional school shooter, and most of the time everybody just stayed away from them. Most of the time these students get in trouble for like something dumb or little, like being late or talking in class or just hell, even having swords in school or whatever. Just something weird, bro. But definitely stay away from these people. Do not go near them. They gonna cast a spell on
on you or some shit. Or might just put you on their list or something. I don't even know. One of the worst parts of detention though is if your parents find out. Now, I don't know about y'all parents. Every time my parents found out I got detention, it was always some bullshit. Like I know some of y'all used to get y'all ass beat for getting detention, bruh. Or in some cases you might get a stern talking to. But that's a specific race, I'm not gonna lie to you. It did all depend on what you got it for though. Like if you just got it for being late, they're not gonna hear that much. But like if you got it for like talking back to a teacher, expect the ass woman once you get back home. Might as well go ahead and layer up, cause you know they finna be on that ass as soon as you get there. But if you had one of them schools that didn't email your parents, that's a dub though. That's a dub for sure. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much it. Cheating in high school is just something that everybody did. Like cheating is just a part of the high school experience. Like if you don't cheat, like you're either like really smart or just really dumb. Like cause cheating is essential. Hell, even the smart kids cheat from time to time, bro. Like it's just a part of high school. School really isn't about how much you can learn and how much you know and all that. It's really about how well you can cheat. If you can cheat well, school will be very easy for you. But if you can't, school's gonna be tough. Cause at the end of the day, school is just memorization. Why would I memorize something when I can just write the information on my arm or something like that? And it's to the point where even teachers know that cheating is probably the best option. That's why they try so hard to prevent it. Cause it doesn't make sense studying for hours to memorize a subject when you could simply just spend 30 minutes writing all the answers on your arm. I think one of the best ways to cheat in high school is definitely with your phone. I mean, it's the most basic, but like it's always the best. Like all you really have to do is just put your phone in like your hoodie pocket, swipe it out a little bit, search on Google. Don't make it look suspicious, make it look like you're doing something else. Or if you really don't want to get caught, just write it on your arm and just wear a hoodie. That's a good method too, I'm not gonna lie. I seen one post on Instagram of this girl just writing all the answers on her shoe, but she did it in a way to where you couldn't notice, bro. Like that's greatness right there. That is what American schooling is all about. You also have other methods of cheating via just looking off someone's paper, asking someone the answers, or just writing all the answers on a note card and just kind of sneaking it, which are all very good methods. But one of the best methods I've seen is called the knocking method. So basically this works with multiple choice. Person who knows the answer knocks for how many times the answer is. So like let's say it's answer A, they knock once. Answer B, knock twice. Answer C, knock 3 times, and you kind of get what's going on. They either do this or with a pencil, just kind of not make it obvious. But this method is one of the best methods, and if you're in a class with someone who knows all the answers, it's definitely a top tier method. One thing I love during school is when I sat next to a person who was smart. If you get an assigned seat next to a smart person, that's a total cheat code, bro. Like you already know I'm finna be cheating. Why do the work when he can do it for me and I get the same grade? Like let's be real. Now of course you always do get at least 1 or 2 wrong just so it doesn't look obvious, but like let's be real, bro. Like if I got a straight A student sitting right beside me, I'm cheating the whole time. I don't care. One thing I do hate is when these smart kids be getting stingy with the work though. Like certain smart kids just be doing the most, and like when you try to cheat off them, they kind of like move their paper to the side or just kind of like set an arm bar and just try to cover the paper so you can't see it. Why are you being stingy with the work, bro? You gain nothing from being stingy and covering your shit, bro. Like just let everybody eat, bro. Let me eat. Come on, bro. Like it's really just some shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. And then they be saying, well, you didn't do the work and study, so why should you get the benefits of getting an A? Who cares, bro? You wanted to waste your time and study? Cool. Fine by you. But I'm finna be smart about my time, bro. I'm just being real. Easy A's. What are we talking about? But when a smart kid lets you eat too, that's game for real. But do you want to know something that will never cheat you? A good law firm. And that's why today's sponsors, Morgan & Morgan, got you covered. With Morgan & Morgan, submitting an injury claim is easy. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and have it reviewed by a lawyer without ever having to leave your couch. You can sign documents, upload pictures, share medical records, and doctor bills all from your phone. You can even text message your attorney and case manager without having to go into the office. Hey, I mean, we all know when you're injured in an accident, hiring an attorney is one of the first things you should do. And with Morgan & Morgan, submitting a claim is easy. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that their fee is free. You only have to pay if you win a case. No upfront costs, no sign-up fees, etc., etc. You get the point. If you don't win the case, you don't have to pay. They have over 100 offices nationwide and have more than 800 local lawyers. This means that they're nationwide, but they're also local, so they have that little home field advantage aspect to them too. So if you're ever in an accident, you can go check out Morgan & Morgan. You can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less, and you can have America's largest injury law firm fighting for you. You can get started at 40people.com/onecloud9 or dial pound law, that's pound 529 from your cell. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video, and with that, let's get to the rest of it. So punishment for cheating, depending on the school, could be either very harsh or just very chill. But some schools really like enforced it and really cared about it, and like if they caught you cheating, like they'll be on your ass. Other schools just didn't care and they just let you do whatever. What'd be the best is when you have a chill teacher who just doesn't care. Like some teachers deadass just don't care if you cheat and they're just like not check. Them low-key be the best classes though, I ain't gonna hold you. Like everybody be cheating in those classes, even the smart kids. Like what's the point of studying when he's just not gonna care? Everybody be having their papers out, no cards out. Hell, some people just be disrespectful with it and just have their phones out on their desk. But what I be hating though is when the teachers just be
stingy was hell with this shit, bro. Like, you know them teachers that just be strict as hell and just be like extra and like will do the absolute most to make sure you're not cheating, bro. Like, bro, why do you care so much, bro? Like, they'll be walking around and shit. They make everybody put their phones in a bucket or whatever. They be making you put your bag on the wall, checking sleeves and shit. And some even go to the point where they make you take off your hoodies, bro. How am I gonna cheat with a hoodie, bro? Like, they'll do the absolute most to make sure you're not cheating, bro. And somehow people still find a way to cheat. Like, I swear to God, if people want to cheat, they will find a way to. Like, I seen this one guy who literally wrote their answers on a water bottle, and it was one of them clear water bottle cons, so like you could see through the other side of the paper. So he just wrote it on the paper and then like unwrapped it while he was taking the test. Like people dead ass be geniuses with the cheating shit. I ain't gonna hug you. But what be the worst though is when the teachers be playing favorites. Like, they'll let one kid cheat, but like when it comes to another kid, they all on his ass. Like, they'll let one student go to the bathroom during the middle of the test with the study guide in his hand, but the second they see another student with their Apple Watch on, is automatically a problem. They're cheating. Which, by the way, that's another topic. Why do some teachers always take your Apple Watch before you take a test? Like, they say that you can look up test answers with the Apple Watch, but bro, I've had an Apple Watch for years. I don't know how you do that. Like, maybe I'm just behind or whatever, bro, but like, I've never figured out how you can do that. But some people be dumbasses with this cheating shit, though. They have their phone in their lap or the study guide below their seat, obviously looking at shit, bro. Like, some people just be asking to get caught. If you can cheat effectively and efficiently, you'll make it through high school with ease. High school isn't about how much you know, it's just about how well you can cheat. And if you can cheat well, you're straight. And when it comes to homework, I think teachers have kind of just given up on like checking for cheating for that shit. Because like, let's be real, we all know and they all know that every single class has that one group chat where one person just puts all the answers there. So in my opinion, they've just kind of given up on that. Which also brings up the point of homework is very pointless nowadays. It's not like it's the olden days where like if you didn't do your homework, you would have to ask another kid at school to get it. Like, no, bro. A simple text message and you got all the answers you want. And cheating during online school was so easy, bro. Like, if your school did quizzes and tests online, if you didn't get an A on those, you was just a dumbass. Literally, all you had to do was put your phone right on the computer screen and just cheat. That's it. I've said this in past videos, but we really did take online school for granted, bro. Online school was fun. But one thing that was always hard to cheat on was the essay. Bro, before ChatGPT and all this AI, bro, essay writing was tough. I ain't gonna hold you. Because you couldn't copy stuff word for word down from a different website because it would be plagiarism. And teachers usually had plagiarism checks, so they would check that shit. But most of the time, you actually had to write your essays, which always pissed me off, bro. Like, I'm not trying to write a 5-page essay, bro, especially if they don't make it double spaced, bro. Like, 5 pages is just too much. I'm sorry. But one thing I wish I had back in middle school was ChatGPT, bro. Like, them AIs that will write your essay with no plagiarism, those are the real heroes, bro. I just found out about that a couple weeks ago, bro, and I'm just spamming that shit. I ain't gonna hug you. Had a 5-page essay due the next night, put some articles in ChatGPT. That shit was done in about a minute. Revised it a little bit, had all that shit done in about an hour. Like, them essay writing sites really do come in clutch, bro. Like, y'all gotta get on that shit. But eventually they will find a way to take that shit away, so use it while you can. I can already see it. All them strict ass teachers are filming. They mad as shit. Besides, school drills are a weird concept. Because on one hand, they're supposed to be put in place to protect the student, but on the other hand, they don't protect the student. Like, they fail their job. Most school drills just serve no purpose. Like, they're not gonna protect it. Like, for instance, a weather drill. What the hell is crouching on my knees, getting in straight up doggy style position gonna do to protect me from a goddamn tornado, bro? Like, look, make that make sense. Like, if that tornado want to suck me up, bro, they finna give me that Riley Reid treatment, bro. It's just gonna happen. Like, me crouching to the ground and putting my head on the wall is not gonna do shit. And the fact that we still practice this to this day is insane. Like, real talk, if a serious situation like a tornado hits the school, it doesn't matter what we do. We're all packed up. Because I'ma just tell you this. If a tornado wants your ass, it's gonna get your ass, bro. No questions, no discussion. If anything, y'all should be trying to flee the school instead of staying in there. If you know a tornado's gonna hit your school in about 30 minutes, why the hell are y'all still at that school, bro? Leave. Like, each and every school has about 10 to 15 buses for a reason, bro. Pack every student in there and leave the premises, bro. It's that simple. And like, the teachers and staff members say you do this to like protect your head from wreckage or the ceiling like caving in, bro. But like, let's be real, bro. If that big ass, heavy ass ceiling starts caving in, bro, I'm finna die regardless of what I do, bro. What about my body, bro? You think I'm not just gonna get like Tiana Trump, bro? I'm in doggy position already, bro. The ceiling is finna just clap me, bro. And another stupid drill that I will never understand are fire drills. Well, let's just be very honest with ourselves. If there is a real life fire going on in the school, I am not walking outside in a single file line, bro. I am sprinting, bro. Like, fire drills are so unrealistic and they're so pointless. Like, it doesn't make sense. If the building's on fire, are, nobody is walking out in a single file line, bro. That's like asking a Discord mod not to like cupcakes, bro. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And y'all can make the argument about, oh, we do it so we can find our exit and that we know where to go. Like, bro, that doesn't matter. It's still pointless. We don't gotta walk outside in a single file line every single month in the cold ass weather just to do a stupid little fire drill that will never be reenacted in a real life situation. Like, bro, it just pissed me off. And for whatever reason, fire drills always happen on the worst day, bro. Like, it will be flat out pouring outside, puddles and streams everywhere, and cold as shit. And then these dumbass administrators will look outside and be like, well, looks like a perfect day to do a fire drill, head ass. I swear to God, they had to do that shit on purpose, bro. They just want to make us miserable. And I mean, the only good thing about fire drills is that, like, you do kind of get out of class for like a little bit because you have to leave class early to do it. But another pointless drill that I would just never understand are school shooter drill, when most likely the shooter is doing the drill. That makes no sense. Like, you are literally giving the school shooter a play-by-play on where all his victims or ops are going to be, bro. Like, and then not only do you have that, who came up with the bright idea of just turning off the lights and hiding? Like, bro, the school shooter obviously knows y'all are there, bro. Like, shutting off the lights and hiding and being quiet doesn't do anything. The school shooter still knows that y'all are there. The only productive thing they do in all this is lock the door, because honestly, that's the only thing you can do in this situation. But then these classrooms will have locked doors, but they will also have these windows that you can break easily and just unlock the door from the inside with. There has to be a better design than that. And then also, let's not forget another pretty obvious point that people just don't talk about. If there's actually a school shooter at my school, I am not staying at the school, bro. As soon as I hear a code black or whatever it's called, I am leaving the school premises. And I know the teachers say that's dangerous because you don't know if the school shooter is outside, bro. Why would he be outside? All of his ops are inside, bro. Why would he be out? Like, I'm telling you, as soon as I hear one pop, 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 I am out. Like, you gotta be some type of stupid to stay in the school when you know there's an active shooter inside the school. That's just slow. Then also, let's not forget, when this drill happens and everybody knows it's a drill, absolutely nobody treats this seriously. Like, people would deadass be talking and chopping it up during a drill like this, bruh. Have no care in the world. Like, they'll just be playing around. Like, people just do not care about this drill. And then also, let's not forget, if this drill happens in real life, let's be real, nobody is staying silent. Cause, like, bro, you cannot tell me that one Emily or Gracie or Becky in your class is not finna be bawling her eyes out once she finds out the drill isn't a drill. Like, she's finna be crying, calling her mom, texting, and if you try to get her to stop, she's just gonna cry more and just blow y'all cover. Like, what is your purpose? Like, you're trying to get us killed, bro. And then let's not also forget, if this drill actually happened, the teacher's probably gonna be freaking out too. This is just a terrible situation. And God forbid you get stuck in a spec kid class. Imagine if you get stuck in a spec kid class during a school shooting, bro. All them kids finna be like, no, chillin'. Kids finna be making noise while y'all try to stay silent. They gon' blow y'all cover. All them kids gonna get backed up, and they gonna get you backed up too. Bro, that got it tough. RP to all the sped kids that got cut. I feel bad for the teacher too. You stuck with them. Hopefully I don't get canceled for saying that, but all in all, school drills are just dumb in my opinion. Y'all can say what y'all want about them and about how they're supposed to protect us, but like, let's be real. In the real situations, the only real option is just to run and run as fast as you can. All these special precautions and safety things, they're not gonna help or work any. Nobody's finna listen to it in a real situation. Everybody's finna just dip. That's the honest truth for most situations, especially a fire drill. People are just gonna leave. That's just what's gonna happen. Sorry. You know what drill they should have though? A health drill. Like, for instance, if a kid just has a seizure in the middle of class, we should have a drill to where teachers and students know what to do in that situation. Cause like right now, if a situation like that happened, or if like someone OD'd or had a heart attack in class, nobody would know what to do if the teacher is not trained. Like, they really need to start training teachers or students on how to be able to cope or react to that situation. Because right now we don't. And like, if someone has a seizure or ODs in class, they might just get deleted. You don't know. So like, stuff like that should actually be a drill. And I feel like schools need to do better about how they teach school drills. School safety has become a big topic in America. It's just not up to date. School drills are so outdated, and honestly, that's a very dangerous, scary thing. Because for instance, in like a real school shooting situation, if the teacher is not capable of working, thinking under pressure, and being able to operate, hell, she could risk lives. I feel like there should be a better system for not only that, but for school weather, because the school weather shit is, I'm sorry, that's not gonna do anything. Like, obviously, the best case scenario for that is just to leave school. I wasn't even joking about that. I was being dead ass, and it's really the best thing to do in the situation. But yeah, sorry for getting kind of serious on y'all, but like, that's a real thing and a real issue that we had. Bro, having a hot teacher is like the best thing ever, bro. Every time that class comes around when you have that teacher in, bro, you finna be hype as hell to go to that class, bro. Never like math a day in your life, but as soon as a hot teacher's teaching that shit, bro, that is your favorite class, bro. Finna have all your books and pencils ready for you with the class, bro. Finna be prepared as hell. Finna be taking notes and shit. You finna have F's in all your classes except that one that she teaches, bro. I swear to God. Finna be a model student on your best behavior and shit, acting like that's gonna make her like you more. Usually the fine teachers like the class clowns a lot more than the regular kids, bro. I'm gonna be real. And them class clowns, they definitely knew what they was doing, bro. If you can make a laugh and giggle, you can make that ass clap and jiggle, bro. I swear to God, bro. Cost that. But if you can actually pull the fine teacher or get her, goddamn. But if you can actually pull the fine teacher, you finna be considered the legend of the goddamn school. Every single time you walk down the hallway, you finna be getting dap ups, high fives. You're that guy at that point. Like, you're him at that point. Like, you're Himothy, like Hemi Neutron, Zach Wilson. Like, you are him. You will go down as a legend in that school, bro. Like, your name will be on the goddamn wall of goddamn legends or whatever. Finna be in the Hall of Fame at that goddamn school. Principal finna hold a whole ceremony for you, dap you up, give you like a little medal or whatever, saying that I the fine teacher. You finna have newspaper articles written about you, talking about how you're a hero and whatnot. Joe Biden finna come to your school and give you an honorary medal. Trump and Obama finna be attending too. Real talk, you be a goddamn legend, bro. Swear to God. Especially she got ass too. She got ass too. Them teachers that had ass always distracted kids though. Like, as soon as they turned around to write something on the board, bro, everything else stopped. Doesn't matter if you're on your phone, you risen up a girl, you was taking notes, everything stopped, and everybody would just look at her ass, bro. Like, everyone, the guys, the girls, the days, like, everybody was looking, bro. I swear to God, they know what they doing when they do that, bro. Because you don't have to goddamn turn your whole body around just to write something on the board. You can, like, do it sideways. They know what they doing, bro. Like, I don't know how you expect me to learn when a goddamn model is teaching. Like, what the hell? You supposed to be walking on the runway or on IG posting your ass or something, bro. Maybe even OnlyFans. You never know. Like, you are not supposed to be in my presence in this goddamn classroom teaching me about how Socrates became a goddamn philosopher or whatever shit. Like, you're not supposed to be teaching me that. But real talk, we gotta appreciate those fine teachers, bro. Because real talk, they do not have to be blessing us like that. They real talk be saving people's lives, bro. You making me look forward to going to goddamn school or whatever. They some heroes, I swear to God. And when all the players would try to flirt with the teachers, bro, it'll be the funniest thing ever, bro. Because the teacher either gonna give them like a small chance or like a little glimpse of hope, or she just gonna kill their dreams entirely. Like, that's how it works. But people dead ass will come with the best fits just to impress the teacher, bro, who's probably not gonna care in the first place, because again, that is your teacher. People really be thinking they're the main character in a goddamn porno, bro. Like, she is not gonna let you hit, bro. Like, she is not finna lose her job for a goddamn high schooler who's probably not even gonna last 5 minutes, bro. Like, let's be real. If she really want her Doonies beat down, all she gotta do is hit up Jamal from the goddamn bar, and he will do that job in a goddamn hour. Because people often forget that teachers are not just fine in the school, they're fine in general, and other people was gonna slide at them. Like, she doesn't just exist in the high school, bro. Like, she actually has a life, and in that life, you are not gonna hit, bro. She might entertain it just to tease you, but like, in real life, you're never gonna hit, bro. Just being real. Sorry to crush your dreams. I had to crush mine too. Like, people was dead ass trying to live out their goddamn fantasies, bro. Like, and she was dead ass just crush your dreams, bro. Like, that's funny. And the fine teachers always pull up with the best fits, bro. I swear to God, bro. Like, they be knowing what they be doing, bro. We pulling up with the goddamn sundresses or the goddamn tight jeans or whatever. Like, they know what they be doing, bro. And if they pull up with them flare pants, bro, just know nobody finna learn shit that day, bro. I'm just being real. But the only bad part about having a fine teacher is if she calls you up to the board, bro. Because you know good and damn well you've been staring at her ass way too long, and you got a little stiffy that you can't get rid of, bro. Like, it's just there. Especially if you wearing sweatpants that day, bro. Oh my God, bro. Bro, you know you finna get embarrassed by the whole goddamn class, bro. Like, real talk. You better pull an upward soldier or a little side pull or something, bro, because you got to take care of that. But now I'll be dead ass tight if I had a little stiffy and I had to go up to the board to answer a problem or whatever. Like, I'll be dead ass tight. And you already know all the teachers finna be trying to slide at her too, bruh. Have a whole goddamn class going on, but still come to Miss Jackson's class to ask her for a question that doesn't really matter. Yeah, we be catching y'all teachers, bro. Yeah, nobody's safe, bruh. Be chatting her up in a goddamn break room, acting like you got a chance to, but you know your ugly ass really doesn't. Hey, but if this YouTube thing work out, hey, maybe I got enough clout to, like, hey, maybe. If I did, that would be an insane story time, though. I'm just saying. High school friend groups. Everybody has a friend group in high school. If you don't, you're just a weirdo. Which even that is a friend group. The weird kids. The weird kids are the kids you just don't want to hang around. These are the type of people that cast spells on you and talk about goblins or gargoyles or whatever that weird ass Stranger Thing game is. The weird kids can be cool as hell though if you hang around the right group. It's really just a matter of selection, bro. Friend groups really do make or break your high school career though. If you got the right friend group, you're probably gonna be popular in the school and people are gonna like you. But if you got the wrong one, you're gonna end up in that weird kids friend group. I ain't gonna hold you. But me personally, I feel like one of the best groups are the stoners. Now there's two types of these groups in high school. A, you got the real stoners that just get high, or B, you got the vapors. Now I've always been cool with the regular stoners. They cool, they chill. You really can't get mad at a stoner, bro. Like, you really can't get in a fight with him, because the second that some conflict actually happens, the stoner's first instinct is just gonna be to chill out and then go smoke. Like that's all he gonna do. And while he's having that thought, he's probably just gonna invite you too, because you're the nearest person to him, and your natural instinct is gonna be to say yes, because who's passing that shit up? Like, come on, let's be real. Then after that, y'all probably be best friends. Like, if you have beef with a stoner, bro, like you just want to have beef. Like that's all that is, bro, because there's no way they're gonna press you. Overall, they're just a good group in general. Nobody hates them. The only thing that be getting on my nerves sometimes is when they hotbox the bathroom. But honestly, that's just depending on my mood, bro, because sometimes I'm feeling it and other times I'm not trying to get caught, so like I'm not really feeling it. Still a really good group though. I like them. Spinning back on the vapors though, I do not like this group. All they do is vape. Literally all day. In the morning, afternoon, in class, in the bathroom, which in the bathroom be pissing me off the most, because whenever I'm trying to take a piss during class, there's always at least a gang of them in the bathroom just vaping it up. Always got the Post Malone blasting, smells of blueberry and cotton candy in the air. And then the worst part about it is that it doesn't matter who it is or if you even know them, they're always gonna ask you if you want to hit the nick. And some of these groups think they so cool, bro. Like, they really think they're like that, bro, just because they vape. Like, just because you breathe toaster strudel nicotine through your lungs doesn't mean you're the king of the school, buddy. Like, come on, bro, you're not cool like that. And when they don't have a vape on them, they always be asking people if they have one. Hey, do you have a nick? Hey, do you have a nick? Hey, bro, I really need a nick right now, bro. I'll do some crazy mean things for a nick right now, bro. Like, if you give me a nick, I'll suck your. That's why I can never hang around these people. It's too much. If I was rating this, I'll give it a trash tier. Another good group are the athletes. Now, honestly, this one is kind of subjective. You have the chill athletes who work hard and do their work and everybody likes. Those the ones that you be rooting for and you be hyping up at them games. And then you have the cocky ones, bro. Like, why are you so entitled, bro? You playing high school basketball. It ain't like you in the league or nothing, bro. Like, chill out. Like, these people swear that they're the greatest thing on earth, bro, just because they play a sport. And half the time, they're not even that good at it. They just want to be good at it. I remember this one time when I used to play basketball, and one of these kids came up and challenged me to a 1v1 duel or whatever to, like, prove that he's good. Or something like that. Now, if you don't know, I used to be a hooper back in the days, and I was pretty tough. So when we played, I didn't hold back. The whole entire game, we played to like 11, ones and twos. He did not score a single point. It was so bad that I literally gave him the ball one play and just told him to shoot it, and he still missed. I mean, so for real, when I say this, I beat him so bad that he ended up crying after the game. Story time over. My point being, stay away from the cocky athletes. There ain't nothing good there. In my eyes, the only way that you can have an ego is if you're a 5-star or you're just like that. You got a D1 offer. But overall, the athlete's pretty cool, as long as they don't have CTE. Now, people who do have CTE is the ratchet girls. You may be wondering, Cloud, how do they have CTE but they don't play football? Well, I don't know, but the way they be yelling and scourging and eating these spicy snacks, they gotta have something, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't know what possesses you to scream and chat and munch on your hot Cheetos at 7 a.m. in the morning, but, bro, I am trying to get through my day, bro. I do not need some loud, ratchet Trish yelling about how she blocked a guy who was trying to see her feet or whatever, bro. Like, I do not care, bro. I just don't. And these girls always talk the most shit, bro. Like, it does not matter what it's about. And they always got a bag of hot Cheetos or Takis on them wherever they go, bro. Like, it do not matter if it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. They'll probably even have that for dessert, bro. Like, real talk. If they made hot Cheetos flavored candy, I swear to God, these people would buy them out, bro. They are some fiends, bro. And they always look the same too, bro. Like, you already know what I'm talking about. They come in 3 default characters: 1, 2, and 3. Nothing else. But for some reason, these girls always pull, bro. Like, I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know who's down bad enough to just settle for this. But for some reason, they pull crazy.
don't matter how they look. But a group that's very inconsistent are the weird kids. Because on one hand, they can be very cool people, you know. They might be weird. They might Naruto run down the hallways. But when you get to have a one-on-one conversation with them, they're pretty cool. When they're not talking about sucking toes. But on the other side of the spectrum are the weird kids. These are the type of kids that buy OnlyFans, bruh. These people are probably the reason why Bad Baby is a multi-millionaire right now. Don't really talk much, make weird sounds when they do, and when they get home, we all know what they do. These often get grouped into the anime kids, but I'ma just be real. The anime kids do not claim them. I'm just being real. Like, these are the type of people who used to get stuffed in the lockers back in the 2012s and 2013 high school movie. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. Some of them the type of kids that need to come to school for clear backpack. If you know, you know. And you already know that there are tier 3 sub for Pokemon and all of them. Amaranth, Valkyrie, Mia Malkova, like it does not matter. There are tier 3 sub for them. Probably a Discord mod, most definitely a Reddit mod, and they're probably gonna grow up to either be some EDPs or some James Charles. Had to be inclusive, so I added James Charles. All in all, these people are just L's. I'm not finna lie to you. But besides that, I mess with the weird kids. They're cool. But all in all, that's how I feel about those school groups. Types of kids in high school. Y'all really like the last one, so I'm gonna do a part 2. If you haven't seen the last one, go ahead and watch it real quick. But besides that, you know I don't waste time, so let's get into it. Number 1, the basic hoes. Everybody had basic white girls in their high school. You already know they wearing them Lululemons, got the Crocs and Chucks on deck, and if they're not wearing those, they're always wearing a pair of beat up white forces. It's like a staple for them. Like, they can't be a basic white girl without it. It's just a requirement. Always had a Bible verse in their bio, even if they was getting choo-choo by Jamal on the football team. And no matter what happened, they always, and I mean always, have some Starbucks on them at all times, bruh. Their names consist of Emily, Becky, Stacy, Brittany, Emily again, Mackenzie a couple times, Madison occasionally, and once in every blue moon, you get a rare Pokemon with the name of Brittany. And for some reason, Brittany is always mean. I will not get in Brittany's way. That's all I'm finna say. Finna spread a rumor that you got Magic Johnson or something. For some reason, these girls always have a token black girl with them. This never fails. It's like a requirement for the group. And that token black girl only likes white guys. She thinks black guys are too ghetto for her, too hood. Yeah, just go ahead and call them a nigga. And they always come in this exact build: blonde, flat, and skinny. That's it. I guarantee you probably seen this girl at least 5 times. If their hair ain't naturally blonde, you better believe they're dying that shit, because no matter what, they gotta meet the quota. They also always be doing those little TikTok dances that only get about 15 likes. Nobody wants to see you waving your pancakes in the air. You might as well put them down. The thing with these girls is that they either only like white guys or they really like black guys. There's no in between. And I think we all know the reason why they really like black guys. Overall, these girls are mid. Some of them are good, but the bad ones cancel them out. One of the groups that these girls like are the country kids. These are the type of kids that always drive trucks, hunt deer on the weekend, drink beer and chew tobacco with their pops, and their parents probably didn't vote for Obama, but you know they definitely did vote for Trump. Probably made out with their cousin a few times, probably helped their sister when she got stuck in the laundry machine, and definitely was their mother's favorite helper. Probably think that Lainey Wilson is a little bit too thick for them. They like him more like this. This the group that I like to call underbelt. Yeah, this is one of them groups that you just stay away from. If you're a certain skin tone, you probably like this group. If you're any other skin tone, you probably do not. And similar to the basic white girl group, this group always has a token black person. Like, it does not matter how underbelt this group is, they will always have a token black person. And best believe he gives out N-word passes like how Ice Spice gives out her pussy. And just like the token black girl, he only dates white women. And his reason why is because all black girls are ratchet. All in all, this group is very subjective, alright? That's all I'm finna say about them. But the other group that these basic girls like, who are also, funny enough, the country kids' biggest ops, are the hood fellas. I can't use the real word I want to use, but you know what I mean, my fellas. This group is the last group's biggest ops. They've been beefing since 1865. This is the type of group that be selling the magical herbs in the bathroom. They also always have tattoos for whatever reason. I don't even know. And these are the type of people that make middle-aged white women clench onto their purse a little bit more when they walk past them. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you ever make the catastrophic mistake of stepping on one of their shoes, you better make sure you do whatever
you can to make sure they're not mad at you. You may end up on the next exposed page getting your ass beat, man. You never know. And in my opinion, there is no reason to be scared of these people. But still, 9 times out of 10, you just don't want smoke with these fellas, man. It's just not worth it. But I will tell you, no matter how you look, if you're a part of this group, you get hoes, basic ones included. But all in all, these people are usually cool to hang out with. The smart kids are a chill group. They usually mind their own business, don't do too much, stay to themselves, and just stay to books. These are kids that don't be going to the parties though, so they're usually unpopular. We like the regular smart kids though, especially the ones that let you cheat off them. Send you the homework when you ain't do it at night, slide their tests over a little bit once they're done to let you eat too. Overall, these are chill people, and most likely, they're gonna be your boss one day, so you wanna be cool with them right now. But nobody likes the cocky ones. You know, the ones that be talking about how they worked hard and how they earned their position in GPA and how they're finna be successful in life and go to this big name school that nobody cares about. Like, we do not care, bruh. Like, we don't. Bragging about passing a chemistry test that nobody's gonna care about in 5 years. Like these people are some weirdos and nobody likes them. And they be stingy with the homework and the tests and they never let you cheat off them. Matter of fact, if they catch you cheating off them, they finna alert the teacher like they're 6'9" or something, bruh. Like, why do you care so much? Let everybody eat, bruh. Like, nobody cares that you worked hard for your GPA and you're going to Harvard, bruh. Like, you just don't. If you want to waste your high school experience studying all day, fine by me, but don't make me suffer because you want to. Next, we got the nerds. In my opinion, the nerds and the smart kids are two different things. Like, you could be a nerd, but not be smart though. But the nerds usually keep to themselves too. They may go on a rant about Star Wars or anime or something, but besides that, they're pretty cool people. Like, he does not know you, little bro. Why are you defending him with your life? Matter of fact, he's not even real. Why are you going so hard? The last group I'm gonna talk about are the NPC, aka most of us. When you think about it, most of us are just regular kids in high school. Always have simple automated responses if you talk to them. Always dap you up in the hallways, but you just never hang out with these people. Most of the time, these people just be on their phones the whole day. And they always have their AirPods in, just listening to music. Or just ignoring people. It'd be both sometimes. By the way, new location, don't mind this. Next, we got the golf kids. Alright, honestly, these people don't really cause problems. They just kind of just go to school. Like, they don't really do nothing. But for some reason, they're always in a bad mood, bruh. Like, they also always wear black, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. But one thing you gotta look out for is how depressed they are. Because if they're kind of chill depressed, they're usually not gonna bother you. They're not gonna, like, nothing's really gonna happen. But if they're one of those kids that's extremely depressed, like 13 reasons why depressed, you gotta avoid those people, bro. I'm not gonna lie. A, they're dangerous. We all know why. And B, most of the time, they don't take care of themselves. And if you don't take care of yourself, most of the time, that means you don't take showers. If you get what I'm trying to say, you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, just make sure you stay 5 feet away from the chronically depressed people. You know, you don't want to catch no strays. On the flip side, you might want to be friends with these people, because if they decide to, you know, take out all their anger out on the school and all the inhabitants of the school, then you want to make sure you're not on their list. Matter of fact, just not at school in general if they're really cool with you. Also, side note, golf girls are always fire. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the depression, the all black, but for some reason they're always bad. That leads me into my next one, the quiet kids. Now honestly, the quiet kids kind of play hand in hand with all this. Like, they could either be weird, golf, or anime kids who are trying to defend Goku's honor or whatever. But all in all, their purpose and their mission is all the same, and we all know what that is. Usually I would say stay away from these type of people, but in this case, it's probably better if you're friends with them. Most of the time, the reason why they don't talk is because they just have social anxiety, or they just don't like y'all. But once you get to know them, they're usually pretty cool people, except for some particular few. Peaking in high school is just embarrassing as hell. Like, nowadays, so many people just peak in high school, and I feel like it's just becoming a recurring problem. Because if you consider the 4 years you spent in high school to be the peak of your life, you honestly have a sad ass life. That's just the truth. And like, you can always tell the people who are going to peak in high school. Usually it's the popular rich kids who spend all of daddy's money, and when they don't have daddy no more, they got to get a job and live a regular, average, boring life, or end up flipping burgers for a living because they dropped out of college. Or it's the athletes who were the shit in high school but ended up being shit in college who be flipping my burgers too. Could also be the hoes too. Don't forget about them. All them school bops that were a fan favorite on them cold, lonely nights where you had nobody else to text, they finna peak in high school too. But all in all, nobody wants to end up like this. Nobody wants their high school tenure to be the peak of their lives, even if they were crazy lit in high school. At the end of the
day, high school is only 4 years. And if we're being real, you're only gonna be lit for 2 of them, junior and senior year. So today, I'm finna give y'all a guide on how not to peak in high school. Shout out to the people who already did it. Check out their videos, they're really good too. And besides that, y'all know I don't waste time, so let's go ahead and get into it. Rule number 1, don't get a big ego. See, getting a big ego is where most people go wrong in high school. See, a lot of people think that their high school is the only thing that really matters in the world. Even though we're all aware that other high schools do exist and other realities, we just think our high school is everything, especially if you live in America. Like, we're just cocky in general. My point being, if you're in high school and you're a star athlete at your school, or you're just popular in general, you think you're the king of the world. Everybody knows you at your school, everybody's cool with you, most people like you, and everybody knows you just a lit nigga at that school, man. So naturally, this would just give you an inflated sense of ego, because if everybody's saying I'm the shit, you eventually gonna believe it. That's how it works. And what most people don't realize is that in all reality, you might be the shit in high school, but once you get to the real world, nobody's gonna care about you, gang. Nothing that you do in high school matters in the real world. It only matters at that high school. Once you leave that high school, you're gonna have this inflated sense of entitlement that you don't deserve because you didn't do shit in the real world. I know that's a lot of big words for the simple-minded people, but basically what I'm trying to say is,
you are not him.
Being lit in high school doesn't mean you're gonna be lit in real life. Up until you're 18, you're really just in the pre-trial of life anyways. Life doesn't really start until you graduate high school, and so anything you do before that doesn't really matter unless you sign like an NIL deal, or you just start a company when you're young, or do YouTube in high school. Yeah, you never know. So once you get to the real world or college or whatever you decide to do, and you realize nothing's owed to you, nobody really likes you, nobody knows who you are, you're finna have a reality check. If you try to carry on like you're that nigga, people are gonna make sure you know that you're not that nigga. And eventually things will go wrong. Start failing classes because you think you're too good for them. Play sports, you're gonna be lazy because you think you should automatically start, and you're not gonna start. And this will eventually cause a downhill landslide until you're flipping my fries at McDonald's. Point being, too much ego in high school will always be your downfall. Now, of course, this isn't always the case. I'm not saying that all popular kids will end up going down this path, but if you have an inflated sense of ego for no reason other than you're a senior in high school, your ass is gonna get a reality check once you get to the real world. Just being real. This happens to a lot of girls too. That's why they get pregnant. They think they're the queen of the world and nothing's gonna stop them until they get a baby in their belly. And oh look, Roe versus Wade is in, and now your state doesn't allow abortion, so now you got to keep the baby. And eventually you'll become a stay-at-home mom that gets beat by her husband because you don't know how to season your chicken correctly, or just another single mom. I already know how that goes. My case in point, don't have an inflated sense of ego. Sin number 2. But before we really get into this, go sub up to the live channel. I want to get this live channel to 10K by the end of the month. If we do, I'll upload an extra video next week. Gonna be hell trying to get the video ready, but hey, we gonna do it. So make sure you sub up to the live channel. And the video on the screen is probably the best one on there, so go ahead and click that shit. Anyways, back to the video. Sin number 2, not having backup plans. Okay, this one's primarily for athletes. I'm gonna just be very real with y'all. We all know that one old head that always talks about how he could have been to the league if his knee didn't give out, or if his girl didn't get pregnant, or some extravagant tragedy just didn't happen to him. And usually that old head is probably working some sort of UPS job, maybe a blue collar job, maybe he's flipping your fries at Wendy's, or the most likely option, he's probably selling drugs on your street. And trapping. Don't forget trapping. My case in point, a lot of people end up like this old head. You want to know why I say that? Because we all know one. See, athletes, especially nowadays, commonly rely solely on their sport that they play to get them through life. Whether it's basketball, football, track, college, whatever it is, bro, they rely solely on that. They rely on this to get them to college, hope they go pro, but most likely they probably won't. It's just really, really hard, and people just don't realize that. So once their playing days are over, usually they don't know what to do with their life. Some respond quickly and just get a regular job, and others use their degrees and actually find a job in that field and end up having decent lives. But other people who put their whole existence in life into one sport usually just don't know what to do with themselves. They go into a deep depression, have to really find themselves, because without that one sport that really made them who they are, what are they? And these type of people usually end up being on the street or in the sheets for a professional job. I'm not kidding. Look up most P stars and what they did in the past, bro. It's crazy. But usually these people who don't know what to do with their lives, they just end up doing something boring and just usually end up having shitty lives, or at least shittier lives than they did in high school, especially if they didn't go to college for that sport. It's a big problem in modern day culture, and especially in the black community, but I think I'm gonna save that for another video. But my point is saying this is a big reason for people peaking in high school. People get lit at this sport, they a 5-star, king getting into school, highly touted prospect, supposed to go to the league, and then something happens. They get injured, get in some legal trouble, hell, sleep with a white girl. That's always a killer for most athletes' career. And now all of a sudden, their careers are over and nobody cares about them no more. All the hype and all the praise and fame is gone, just like that. A lot of us will never have to go through that, but I can only imagine the amount of pain you will go through with that. Like, that depression after that would just be crazy, bro. But again, my whole point behind this, if you don't want to peak in high school, have a backup plan. Don't make a sport your whole identity. I don't care if you're Jalen Green or Victor Wembanyama. He goddamn, that nigga like 7'5", bro. Like, what the hell? Anything can happen. And if that thing does happen, you can't play your sport no more. What are you gonna do with your life? So my advice to you, always have a backup plan, no matter how good you are. And the third and final way to peak in high school is by getting too lit. Now, in my tenure of YouTube, I've talked about a bunch of things that happen in school. But one of my favorite videos that I've done is my high school parties video. Reason why is because high school parties is just lit, bro. Like, I'm gonna just be very real with y'all. Like, if you've never been to a high school party, go to one, bro. They are always fun, bro. As long as you got the right people, the right music, the right products there, you're gonna be fine. But the products part gets a little bit slippery, because the thing about having these amenities, whether it's the drink or the gas, is that they're very easily abusable. I've seen a lot of people who just get lit way too much, party way too hard, and just do the absolute most, end up ruining their lives before it really even gets started. Because a lot of people don't really realize this, but like, doing a lot of drugs in high school really does have a big effect on the rest of your life, bruh. And if you showing up to school lit every single day, like, there's no way you gonna graduate with like passing grades. It's just not gonna happen. And if you do, there's no way you're gonna get through college. Like, let's be real. Most likely, you're gonna end up being in fast food, end up as a blue collar, or end up trapping. That's just how it goes. If you can't lock in and get some work done at no period of your life, especially in high school when it's very easy, like, let's be real, most schools aren't hard. How do you really expect yourself to really survive in the real world? But also, there's one more thing. If you really want to succeed after high school, you need to work hard. You need to believe in yourself. But besides that, those are the 3 ways to peak in high school.